Hello and happy Sunday. How is everyone doing? What up, friends? How's it going? Elaine, thank you for the 6 months. Destroyer, thank you for the 3 months. Bubblegum, thank you for the 4 months, dude. I appreciate you. It's really cold. Yeah, it's cold here too. Yep. We had enough snow that the kids could actually go outside and use it, as in like do things, stuff and things. So they were taking advantage of that for a little while there, but not enough for it to be. I don't know. You could still see grass through the snow, so it's not like it was anything crazy. But they still went out and played, so it was fine. Share it. I don't want it. Can I be honest? Can I be honest? Hi, friends. You had 5 inches? Damn. All right. No need to brag. -30 Celsius. I think you found the ghost room. Holy sh! I'll trade you, but I don't think you want the trade. Yeah, that's fair. Good point, Mayor. That's very fair. You can send some. Do not send me snow through the fan mail, please. They're going to question you. They're going to call you because there's a liquid coming out of the box. Don't do it. 8 degrees in Chicago. Damn. You guys have floods? Oh, please be safe. Send it down south. You got it. Yellow snow. Come on now. Come on now. There won't be liquid coming out of that box if you pack it properly. Hey, wait a minute. You are my supervisor. I hope that you guys have had a good weekend. I hope that you guys are doing well. If you are impacted by weather, please be safe. Please be safe. Like Mayor said, there's floods. It's very cold. So please make sure you're checking all the things in the pipes and the stuff. 77 in Orlando. Jeez, dude. I was every now and then during dinner we'll play the Disney screen, the one that's like the one that they see from the hotels, because it's our vibe, and it tells you what temperature it is, and we're watching it during dinner like, oh, it's 70 degrees there, you mother. Makes me sad. Hey, Nine, what's up? Relentless, hello. Hi, Fate. I like it when the inside of your nose freezes instantly, taking the dogs outside. That sounds awful. Why would you want that? You about crash driving home, dude. Be safe. Please be safe. High of 14 today. I don't know what it is here. Cold. When it gets to a certain point, I'm just like, it's cold. Let's see. A high of 32. So freezing. But a low of 15. It feels like -1 outside, it says. So the feel like temp is -1 here. Yep. Loving the new channel. I appreciate it. I'm glad that you do. I'm glad that a lot of people have been digging it, just putting it on in the background, just hanging out. It's just extra noise. It's just extra noise. Yeah. My goose, listen, I have to wash mine. My all I want for Christmas stuff is here too. Yeah. I love it. It looks so great. It looks so good. So I'm going to wash it and then I'll wear it the next time I can. Be ashamed if you snuck in his lobby. No, I can't. He's in the middle of a game. I'm watching him. I'm keeping my eyes on him so I know when he's ready. Yeah, but we'll get Phaz kicking and stuff like that. Yeah. Thank you, Michaela. Seeing old content's nice with the chaos. You know, right now it's a playlist that is just recent-ish VODs. But then again, I'm trying my best to think of different days for different stuff. So on Wednesday, the plan will be that it'll be random games. So all day it'll just be random game VODs. And then on Thursday, it'll go back to the old VODs. And then it'll go back to the normal. So you know what I mean? Yeah. Peak, I have no idea what you're talking about. Are we playing with friends today? Maybe. It's going to be 27 degrees tonight. Dude, it is going to be 15 for me. Watching the VODs while working on Bluey character crochet for the kids. Oh, that sounds freaking cool. You know, it's funny. Even my elder children still love Bluey. It's a really funny show. It is very enjoyable. The badge for watching streams. Well, there's no drops happening at all in Phas as we speak. And the one, if it's the one that you're thinking about, the one with the donut on it, that ended how long ago now? It's -1 now in Minnesota. Minnesota? Oh no. Oh no. Like watching the VODs while playing Minecraft. I was this close to throwing Minecraft on yesterday. I'm gonna start doing it again. Like, you have to understand my Minecraft life, which is barely visible anywhere. The only time I have ever played was creative, and it was way back in the day. Neon, of course, you would say do it. I only ever played creative, and it was for a very short amount of time. We would just make stupid stuff and move on. However, like, I've never really played survival ever, so I don't know how to do anything. I would be absolutely noob. Is it showing observation duty for you? Oh, the tag. Oh, I see it. Oh, I removed it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I didn't see that that was still there. I appreciate it. But very recently, I was able to get it looking really nice. Like, I threw it on. I put a couple shaders on and stuff like that, like recommendeds that people said. And it looks really nice. I'm like, dude, I think I might give it a whirl. I don't know. We might see what it's like. I don't know. Just for a chill game, you know? I say chill as I die. 11-year veteran here. Listen. See, some of you guys probably don't know, if some of the subs that are here, you guys probably aren't even aware that there is a sub Minecraft server that we have. I never promote it because I haven't been able to mess with it. I want to put mods and things on it, but I haven't found anybody that's like super veteran on it. Oh yeah. If you're a sub and you're in the server, go check the sub channel and look at the pin message. Go look at the pin message. It has been there for a while. I just don't promote it. Like I said, I didn't want to promote it unless I felt like I could put time into it. But it's there. Yeah. Some people, I logged in and I saw that people had built some stuff. I made sure that it was working properly, which it is. It can handle a crap ton of players. Yeah. It was a goal way back in the day. So here it is. Legend, thank you for the 2 months. Joe, thank you for the biddies. Sniper, welcome in. Where's the sub channel? You should, Teeny, if you are in the Discord and you have your Discord, if you have your Twitch linked to Discord, you should see a Twitch sub stuff group, and you should be able to see the info channel, the vote channel, the hangout channel. Those should be visible. If not, I can refresh if it's not showing for you. Don't have a sir. Oh, I'm sorry. I've got to keep the info somewhere. I've got to keep it somewhere. Oh, my Lanta. As you can see, the tree is filling up so nicely. So nicely. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, friends. Hi, Silly. What's up, Chris? How are you? I wouldn't mind. Thank you, Spicy. How do you link your Twitch to Discord? You should be able to go to the cog wheel inside of Discord. The cog wheel on the bottom left where it says user settings. You go to user settings, you go to connections, and then you add your Twitch there. Yep. If you don't get the role immediately, it's because Discord will occasionally try to automatically do the integration. So you just have to wait. Yeah. Hey, Scarlett, how are you? Oh, Doc sent me a song yesterday. I laughed. I laughed out loud. I was in the middle of editing. I was in there hanging out, and he sent me a song, and I started playing, and I laughed out loud. I might have to play a little bit of it. When can we get a VR Phasmo stream? When I get it working properly. It's always been an issue for me. I don't know, man. I don't know if it's my PC or what it is. It's always been a problem. Like, it doesn't run smoothly. And not to mention, at one point in this game's life, there was a setting where you could make it I have the stream somewhere. No, it's not a sad song. It's funny. It's a funny song. He's about to die, isn't he? I'm gonna watch his murder, aren't I? Oh, maybe not. No. He's very close though. Oh, nope, he's dead. Anyway. I'm just watching him trying to see how he's doing in the game. And do you think I should host it or do you think I should let him do it? If I host it, then it's my equipment. You know what? I'm going to host it. No. Lou, thank you for the tier 1. Cosmic, thank you for the 11 months. All right, let me do this. Whole family's sick. I hope you feel better, man. We were also getting hit by it too. All right, let's do this. Do this. If somebody wants to let Doc know that I can host, then I will host because then it's my equipment and he doesn't have to worry about it. Hey, Sniper. Love the content of the tubes. Thanks, man. Hey, Mason. How are you? And you can cut him off when you start. Hey, let's go. We are playing with Mr. Doc today. We are indeed. Indubitably. Yes, quite. Yes. Here, I'll turn this down a little bit. All right. Do this real quick. Get this out of the way. Do that. All right. I should be ready to rock. Perfect timing, just got home. Nice. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Let the chaos commence. You know, that's why I said comfy, cozy, Phasmo. Or not. It's really hard to tell when we play. But we will see. Victoria, hello. I'll just go hide in the corner. We'll sit right here. And we'll just watch him. Andrew, hello. What's up, William? Falling Rain, hello. Hello. What's up, Figurine? Deer Slayer, what up? Once I see the little extra, I'll know he's here. We're waiting for Mr. Doc. If you guys are... Oh, there he is. Hi, Copper.
Oh my God. I knew it.
You didn't know. You had no idea.
I totally knew.
No, you didn't. Lies. Whatever.
I could smell you.
Touche.
How you doing, Flash?
Good. How the game's been going?
So, what are we gonna play today?
We did not. There's no way that we watched you die on the last run. There's no way we did that. I figured we could start with some Nightmare, and you know, we could just hop around, pick some different maps, maybe do some large ones to spice it up a little bit.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Yeah. So, this whole you watched me die? What does that mean?
Well, I mean, we were just checking on you, and you were doing the old loop-de-loop and pull, and she was fast. She was quick.
Yeah. Well, hey, listen. It's very considerate that you wanted to check up on me, and I thank you for that.
Thank you.
I thank you for that. And you know what? I am ready for whatever map you want to do, mother. Whatever map you want to do. Yeah.
All right. I want to go outside. I'm gonna start with the outdoors. Hey.
I am a fan of this idea.
Here's the past events, by the way. Someone was asking. Here's the past Christmas ones. Oh, I couldn't hear him.
As long as it's not snowing. If it's snowing, we gotta leave.
But wait, what's wrong with the snow?
Other than the fact that snow sucks, I have a little tiny itty bitty house at the end of an immense driveway.
Oh.
I don't know why when I bought the house, I was like, you know what? The house,
Go to high school, we will.
Look at the driveway.
That's 3 miles long.
I know. it's amazing.
Oh, that's okay. We'll be fine. Hopefully it's not made of glass, right?
The driveway?
Yeah.
Why would the driveway be made of glass?
I don't know. You seem like a glass driveway kind of guy. That defrost time would be crazy.
That would be pretty crazy.
But how cool would it be to have defrost though, right? Huh?
For a driveway?
Yeah.
I heard that there was actually like a group out there that was making like solar panels for driveways, so it would gather solar energy and at the same time it would just like automatically warm your driveway.
So I have also heard these things where it can also not solar panel, but like they have the ability to charge an electric vehicle when they drive over them. Like they're working on crazy stuff. Yeah. But I know. When I used to do the electrical when I used to do the electrical things, we installed heat mats. So like whenever there was a building that was going in, we would help that before they would pour, we would put a heat mat in. So when they poured, all they have to do is turn it on and it literally melts the snow on the driveway.
That's kind of amazing.
It's kind of crazy.
I wish I wish I could just have a heat mat installed underneath the skin of my thoracic region. And that way I could just wear like...
No, we're cutting them off. Nope. Nope. Too much. Yeah, that's too much. We're just going to start. All right. Oh, you had me until thoracic region. I think that was the end for me. Yanni, Fred.
Object, you say. All right. So how about an affirmation? Are we ready? Are we ready?
Sure.
Listen, you and I together, we're good enough. We can make this happen, okay? With teamwork, with friendship, just about anything is possible. All right, buddy. Get out there. Get out there and show them what you're made of, okay? I knew it. I knew it. I absolutely knew it. I was like, and here it comes.
You said it
and
earlier
there it was.
in the DM, so I was like, all right, I got to prep that.
All right. Here we
Attend the tale of Brendan Todd. Can you do this to the tune of Sweeney Todd? Oh, wait, you don't know this song,
okay,
do you?
No,
oh,
confession.
I feel like I remember this.
Sweeney
Oh,
Todd.
no, that's okay. I don't want to relive the disappointment. It's fine.
All right. Well, here, hold on. I'll do something a little different.
Brendan Todd, wherever you are, you know that I need to capture 3D photos with a photo camera. I remember a scene escape the ghost during a hunt and capture 3D videos with a video camera. When you'll go
Wonderfully done. I prefer what you just did.
Thank you. Oh, thanks.
I can just picture it now.
All right.
I'm flying, Jack.
But not for nothing. Not for nothing. Listen.
Go ahead.
I
There was a prep. I don't know what you're prepping.
just listen to me for a second.
Okay.
I really, 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 really don't want to die today. Okay?
Okay.
Because I'm tired of people like showing up and being like, "Oh, you're gonna finally live today," and I don't.
You want
So
today
if
to
you
be
could
that
keep-
day.
I want today to be the day that you keep me alive. If you
Okay.
could do that, that would be amazing.
You know what? I will
That's
do
it.
my best.
All right. Awesome.
All right, we got this. Listen, if it's a demon and it hunts immediately, I think karma is just out to get us today, and we just have to accept our fate. Okay? Ah, crap. Oh, no. We have cards.
Flash's chat, demand my protection. I must live.
The first thing we did today was watch you die.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, is Shrew a thing?
Ooh.
Did it? Ooh. Oh, no.
Oh.
I think it touched
It's
one
five.
of these.
It's 5.8 degrees inside this tential region.
Roger that. Ooh, fiver.
Aim at 5. Aim at 5.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Rocking. Rolling.
I I like how by default we always grab the exact same equipment every single time.
No, that
It's
was
like,
different for me.
We both got EMF 5. Let's go.
I don't normally grab a UV. That was unusual for me. That's their quitting
Sometimes
words.
you got to spice it up a little bit. All right, EMF 5.
Oh, roger that. Sorry. Abracadabra, thank you for the 10 months. Hyper, thank you for the year. My God. What is up, Lunar? Yep, Doc Force Day. That's right. It sounds way better than Flash Umantari. Yeah, I don't know.
Going in with dudes in a camera.
All right. I'm going to go in with a box, a book, and a crucifix.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea there, bud.
Because I used to be one.
Okay.
Hey, JC, what's up? All right.
All right. Boink.
Book down. Crucifix down. Spirit box on. Checking. Where are you? Nothing. Where are you? Oh, crap. Hey, Doc, do you have a camera?
Do I have a camera?
The photo camera.
I don't, but I can.
Oh,
get
okay.
one. I'll
The
be right
frickin' the frickin' bones over here. Holy Christmas!
back. Hey, how's it going?
We don't wait. Here we go. Say cheese. I'm flying Jack. Oh, if he would have been like this, that would have been great. Dang it, missed opportunities. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you near? Are you here? I'm gonna get murdered. I'm gonna get absolutely murdered. All right, still no freezing. Aye. HC, thank you for the follow, dude. It's my COVID-19 cure today. Oh. Flash doc? Flash doc.
Got a book.
Oh.
Oh, I was gonna get a camera. That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Camera.
All right, I'm gonna get 3 videos, 3 photos. Well, you know what? We can get a video of these. Hey, fun loving, welcome in. How are you? Dorito! What up, homie? There we go. I set the mood. All right, I'm gonna try to do a twofer.
Okay.
I'm gonna do video and I'm gonna do audio, or I'm gonna try. Oh,
right.
oh, look at that.
My
That's
book is the book on the.
Oh, it's a book, The Long Way.
I wanted to cover as much area as possible.
I
you
like
know?
it.
It's a centerfold.
Angel, thank you for the daily art Zon, what's up? Shush. Shush. I'm gonna become overstimulated very fast. A long way. We don't have orbs, do we? Say all this work for nothing? No. Okay. All right. We're gonna try our best. Ghost wants to cook some food. Well, funny enough, it is the chef. The ghost is the chef with the apron on.
Whoa, hey, you all right there?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm all right.
Okay.
We still don't have the second piece of evidence, though.
Oh, we will.
Got it.
That was scary. It's
No.
going to walk in salt in 3, 2, 1. Commence. No. You did not understand what
It's
I was
confused.
saying.
It's a little confused. Can you describe what it's supposed to do?
Okay. Well, see, there it goes. It was embarrassed, and now it's getting it done. Okay.
I need another
No,
smudge.
you've.
No, you've. Roger that. Last I heard, he's cooking. What? Excuse me? Okay. All right, Mr. Doc. Okay, you have a smudge. Good deal. We are not getting this second piece of evidence, and it's worrying me.
Whatever do you mean? Do you think it's a
Well,
Goryo?
I think that it is a possibility for sure.
Well, you know, there's only one thing that we can do about that.
What we're doing right now?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, pretty
okay.
much.
All right.
I didn't. I didn't. I
I knew
wasn't
we
suggesting.
could do
I
it.
was-
I knew we could do it.
I was just making a statement.
Okay,
Um.
that's fair. Goryo would suck. It would suck.
All right. I'm gonna grab. I'm gonna go and provoke it.
Okay, I'm gonna join you, and
All right.
I'm just gonna observe. Oh, it's throwing stuff.
Okay, are you gonna grab one of these cameras to observe? Oh.
Well, there's one
right.
there. It'll be fine.
All right. Here we go.
Okay, I have a double smudge to try to save Doc's life. That is my mission. Hey, Ray, what's up?
Hey, Ghost. What's your favorite Pokemon? Oh, Charizard, huh? Yeah.
No, it said it's watching. I don't know what Pokemon that is.
Oh.
Hey, Smitten, welcome in. Loving the dramatization. Listen.
It's
You know, you have to buy into the bit.
Chuckery, right?
I'm sorry?
Mass chuckery.
Oh,
The
mass
Rose of Chucky.
chuckery. Got it.
Mass chuckery, yeah.
I didn't think that's what you said. I'm sorry.
That's okay. All right. What else can I? What else? Can I
You
talk about
could
stuff?
make fun of its name. Its name is Brendan Todd. You could poke fun.
Wow, Brendan. How about you come up with a last name? Fool.
Okay. It's working. He's throwing
All right,
cans.
that did something. That did
He's throwing
something.
cans.
Okay,
He's not happy about that. Wait, do I already have this audio?
Oh. Hey, Brendan Todd.
Nice.
Your first name has more syllables than your last name. Does that give you feelings of inadequacy? Hey, Brendan Todd. Remember that time you were in the lunchroom and everyone was looking at you and you had toilet paper attached to your shoe and people thought that was really funny?
Hey, Doc, it's hunting.
Okay. Brendan Todd, I regret everything. Brendan Todd, I'm sorry.
Is that an Oni?
It's okay, Flash.
I smudged. I smudged.
All right, where do I go?
Run! Keep running around. Go around. Go around town.
I'm
Go
running
around town.
I'm running around.
Keep going.
Oh, I turned on my flashlight.
You're
That
fine.
was a
Fine. Keep
mistake.
going. You're fine.
I'm going.
All right, I smudged again. I need you to live, Doc. Is it done?
Oh, hi.
Ahoy!
Yeah, it must be done.
Okay, we're good.
Okay, so Brendan Todd doesn't like bringing up the old stuff from the lunchroom. So
No.
I'm not going to do that again.
All right.
Yeah,
How much you want to
not
bet we
doing
have
that again.
freezing? I think it's an Oni. I think so. Gabby,
I
thank you for
will
the heart
bet
me, Smitten. Thank you for the follow. I'm
hot
gonna
sauce.
look at
A hot sauce
freezing.
chip. And if it's freezing, I will do a hot sauce.
I'm convinced Oni, but it's just not giving us freezing. Okay, that's cute. I didn't want to see anyway, you jerk.
All right, here, I'll tell you what. Here, take the smudge.
Okay, no,
Take
I've got
this
it.
smudge.
Oh, no, I don't have a smudge. You're right. No, keep the other one.
No,
Keep that one.
no.
Keep
Okay. All right. No. All right. I'm going to get freezing
Okay.
right now.
Okay. I don't think that's... Who does number 2 work for? Okay, that's worrying a little bit.
Ghost?
It's coming from over here. It's a little worrying. My favorite map is Willow for sure. I love Willow.
I will protect you.
Don't no.
What do you mean? No.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I got you. Listen, that's what friends are for.
Okay.
I'll be on your side. Okay.
It's No. Juju! Sorry, I was just grabbing a quick pic. Okay, what do I have on me? I need this camera. Shite! I'm a little...
Is that real?
I mean, it's a ghost, that's for sure. I'm gonna smudge and hopefully I don't die.
You're not dying. You are living. I got
Oh,
you. I got
jeez.
you.
Oh, you are such a turd burglar, dude.
I dare you to show up again. You're not gonna do it.
Why
You know
would you say
Because
that?
I'm here with FlashForce.
Why would you say that,
FlashForce
Doc?
is a pro.
Doc, why would you say that?
FlashForce is just about the best ghost
Stop
hunter there's
provoking
ever
it,
been.
Doc. Stop.
And you won't show up because
It's getting angry. You're provoking it.
What are you gonna do? You got a cleaver, huh? I got a smudge. How about you take a whiff of my smudgy goodness? There you go. Oh.
Ugh. Gross.
Yeah, that was a lot.
That was a lot that just happened there. All right. We need one more photo, and it's not giving us the things. Wait. EMF photo. I don't have a smudge, so if I die, I need you to live on, okay?
Okay. Well, do you want a smudge? I'll give you mine.
No.
Here.
You keep.
There you go.
You keep. No, keep it. Keep it. Take it, Doc. I swear to God, you better keep that smudge on you. Take the smudge, Doc. No. I don't want it.
Take the smudge.
No. It's yours. I don't want it.
Listen, I'm not taking it.
Take it. If you don't take that smudge, I swear. Nice. Okay. Doc, I think this is an Oni, Doc.
Yeah. All right.
Come.
Oni.
Come. Doc, run.
Oh.
I swear to God. Doc, I swear to God. I swear to Doc, I swear to God. Doc, you better go. I swear to God. You better get over here. Hey.
All right.
Gosh, dang it. I swear to God, Doc, you better get over here right now.
All right.
God dang it. All right. Again, I'm pretty convinced that this is an Oni. I could have it hunt one more time just to be sure. Would you like to watch from outside the gate? Because we only have one smooch.
We could, if you think that's what's going to keep us safe.
I think so, and it would help us guarantee that we see the blinkies.
Okay. So we're checking for Oni blinks. And,
Yes.
And we're looking for like really fast, like
Yeah.
blinks.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Precisely, sir.
All right.
All right. You're gonna watch.
Don't we have to be in there to get it to hunt us?
I'll go in there to hunt.
Yeah. Okay.
No. You stay. No.
Okay.
No.
right.
No. You stay outside.
Okay.
No.
Listen,
Go outside. Go back out.
Okay.
Oh my God. Doc, I swear to God. Listen, there's hiding over here. I need you to. I need you.
I know I'm gonna be fine.
I need you to come over here. I need you to come over here.
Yeah. Okay.
See that right there? Look at that.
Oh
Boom.
look, there's
Boom.
like caterpillars.
It like precisely. Okay, it's hunting. All right, I need you to hide.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty convinced that's an Oni. Our mission's to keep him alive. It's like an extra task. Okay, I'm convinced.
Did you see the blinks?
I
you
did.
see them?
I did.
Okay.
I
And how
definitely
would you
looked-
describe them?
I would describe them as very, very fast.
Okay. Ow. Okay.
It's one of those pool doors I heard about.
Yeah.
Okay, we have literally everything.
My God, look at all the stuff.
Look at all that stuff.
All right. And we're saying it's an owning.
Yeah, we're saying Oni.
All right. We're doing it live. Let's
We're doing
send
it. We're doing it live. Yeah, keep it going. Determined to make it impossible. Yes.
Welcome back. I've got some
Man.
notes ready for
All
you.
right. I was just saying how it felt like I had an extra objective, like an extra task. Keep Doc alive. Stop him trying to purposefully get himself freaking murked.
I'm okay. Listen, murked, that's a strong term.
Okay.
Okay.
Moited?
I-
What would you rather me say?
I would rather you say, Doc, I really appreciate you going in there and trying to do what's best for the team.
You know what? You did, and you provoked the ghost, and you got it to show up and give us stuff. I appreciate you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Wonderfully
I appreciate
done.
you too because here I am and I'm still alive. And I know that you won't let me die. I know it,
wouldn't.
friend.
I absolutely
Thank
would
you.
not.
Thank you. Thank you. You're a good friend.
No, you're a good friend.
You're a good friend. Don't let me die.
No, you're a good friend.
Okay. So what are you feeling now? What are you feeling? Tell me what
I was
map
feeling-
is resonating with you.
Well, I was resonating with Camp Woodwind, but I think the resonation has to resonate. Get resonated on, nerd.
Resonation?
Yeah, you need to choose now.
Okay. All right, here we go. Resonation.
Yeah. Fine tune it. Figure it out.
map is speaking to me now? Nels Craft and Sunny Meadow, please still can large maple random. Okay, I went to my place and it said random.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't get it. I went to my place and it said random.
Okay.
I went to my random place.
I trust your
Stay away from my random place. Okay, thank you. Yes.
Yeah. You're random. Oh. Can you remove your equipment, please? Brownstone? No.
Yes. Thank you for adding the please on. Like you didn't say like, oh my God, get your
No, you didn't do it. It's not your fault.
second-rate crappy equipment out of my business.
No. It accidentally does the things whenever whoever loads in the lobby first.
All right. I think I disabled. I think I disabled it properly.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
To high school. Let's do this. Oh, let's go. Nell's Diner. I never get Nell's on random. Never.
Nels.
I never get a random Nell's. This is nice.
Nels. Also known as Steve's.
Also known as Steve's. This is true. Yesterday, I was telling chat that yesterday when you sent me that song, and I very much so out loud laughed when it got to the part that oh crap.
Oh, the
lighter song.
Lighter song.
Yes.
Forgotten lighter. Yeah.
That got me
Getting
good.
ready for the dirt nap.
Oh man, that was good. My wife, I played it out loud. She heard it. She started laughing. I was like, she doesn't even know a lot about this game, and she thought it was good.
There we go.
Yeah.
See, every once in a while we hit a home
chance.
run right out of the park. When
Rogue, thank you for the gifted.
Right.
Slick, thank you for the 29 months.
So here we go. Gregory Corrigan. Oh.
Gregory Corrigan. Detect the ghost button with the motion sensor. I can go explore the firelight and cleanse the area near the ghost. You can see and sisters.
Roger that. I'm gonna go video. I'm doing different stuff this time. I'm gonna go video camera, spirit box. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go with different stuff too. I'm gonna go with an EMF detector and a thermometer.
Ah, risky. Thank you guys for all the follows. I appreciate it. Hide the mustards. Right. I should.
I'm gonna go around the outside.
Round the outside.
We're gonna meet up. Yeah, we're gonna meet up in the center.
Okay. Roger that. I should slowly hide all the mustards. Very slowly. When I mentioned the footsteps sound in the diner area inside reminds me of walking in clown shoes. The walking, I don't know. They need to make it louder or something. The footsteps, it's too much, man. Not too much. It's too little. We have orbs in the back hallway.
Roger.
F this hallway so hard. Where are you? Are you here? Are you near?
Right here. I'm on the other side of this door.
Where are you?
I'm literally
are
on
you
the
here?
other side of the door.
Are you sure?
Right outside of the door.
Where are you?
I am right over here.
Where are you? Are you here?
I'm right here.
Where are you?
Look at my face.
Show your face.
And now I'm here.
Hey, where are you? Hey.
How's it going? I'm right here. Hey, check it out.
Hey. All right. We have orbs and no spirit box that I can tell. Everything okay?
Hang on. No, yeah. He smells like cheese. Oh!
Can I say those words? Yeah, it's possible to say those words. From what I could tell. Oh, he's gonna see me. Shit. I have nowhere to hide the mustards. I don't know where to put them. I'll have to figure it out. Sphinx, thank you for the year. All right, what are you thinking,
With
Abe
that-
Lincoln?
Well, 407 years ago.
He probably wrote in this book.
You
It's
think
hard-
so?
You can't put it in the car. Maybe. I don't know.
Well, we're gonna find out.
All right, roger that.
Wait, you said it probably wrote in that book?
Like, no, Abe Lincoln.
Oh. I thought you meant the ghost for a second. I'm like, wow, that's impressive.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, hiding it in the freezer might be a good idea.
Go, gadget penmanship.
I like the idea of putting him in the freezer or something. All right. Although that's a long, like somewhere close by would be nice. What if I just threw them all right here? He wouldn't notice at first. It would take him a hot second to notice. All right, I'm gonna go place the book down. Want to hop over here? Welcome over, dude. Oh my God. For some reason, I thought you were the ghost and you were stuck here. I was like, why are the dots not walking? What's going on? Never mind.
When that FlashForce guy shows up, I'm totally gonna scare the crap out of him. It's gonna be great.
Hey! Soda Machine, yeah.
Hello.
What happened?
Oh, nothing. That was just, I forgot I took voice mod off. I was trying to make a surprise ghost sound. And
Okay.
it's just me.
Nailed it.
This is me.
Nailed it. Was the power over? Was the power over? Ah, it was. I'm gonna go turn it on. Boss behind the chair. Yeah. Birdie! Birdie! Thank you for the galaxy,
Well,
dude.
You and me, we're heading down to Steve's tonight.
Oh, wait. We'll just let Doc do his thing. It's fine. There we go. He doesn't know. He has no clue. He still doesn't know. Okay, there's only one mustard there. Good. He still has no clue. That's good. Okay, go. I could put all the, it would actually be really funny to put all the mustard in the safe spot. And then if he goes to hide, he just sees a stash of mustard. Okay. We'll go back. It'll be fine. Zay, Emily, thank you guys for the follows. Midnight, thank you so much. We're not throwing it away. What song do you guys think he's listening to?
You're looking kind of okay.
Oh, okay. You just answered my question.
I can see it in your eyes. You want the burgers and fries. If you're willing to pay, that would sure be nice. Well, all right. Just a minute, gotta ask my mom to drive.
He had an AI song written about Steve's, our restaurant, and it's about having like the worst date ever. Oh, you were gonna say Mariah Carey? Oh, that's fair. Nicki Minaj. Let's put this one here. Yeah. Covered in all kinds of dots. All right. Steve. All right, I have more hands for mustard. What is he doing? Is he still in the truck? I was keeping an empty hand so he wouldn't see the mustard. We're doing good, kid. We're doing good. Yeah, I hear him. He's doing the spirit box. so much mustard. Oh no, he's coming. Steve's. Caught yellow-handed. Yeah.
Hey there.
Hey. We're good. Quick, look suspicious. Listen, dude. Okay, I'm gonna go get more stuff now. Oh, the huge mustard jug. Oh, you're right. Going down to Steve's. Why are we stacking the stirred? We're stacking all the mustard because Doc likes to make mustard pancakes and we don't want him to have the opportunity. There, go there. Okay. I got a crucifix and some salt. I don't know if we've checked for UV or
You got any theories? Got any theories yet? A theory?
No, literally nothing. The only thing we have is orbs and it hasn't done anything. Oh, hey, how are you? Are you
That's me hissing at the ghost.
Oh, I thought you were trying to say it was a snake or like trying to talk to it in what is it called in Harry Potter?
They got snakes out there this big? Okay. Oh, you got salt.
Yeah. Thank you, Kev. Yeah, parcel tongue. That's what it was. Yeah.
I went ahead and grabbed the UV light, so...
Roger, Dodger. Yeah, parcel tongue. That's correct. Noted. It might have moved. Wait, I could use this. Hold on a second. Hold a tick.
I'm holding. I am holding.
I think it might have moved.
What?
Where's the orb? Was it in the toilet? Oh, it's in there.
Is it in the urine?
Oi!
Whoa!
Spicy.
Okay.
It's going
I
down
am
to Steve's.
protected from your ghost poops.
Are you sure about that?
All right, maybe not.
I'm protected from your ghost poops. No, you're not.
And he just crapped on me.
Oh my God, Cyber!
I was gonna go get a
Chili.
smudge, and then I realized I got one already.
Thank you guys for the subs, friends. I appreciate you.
Just a minute, gotta ask my mom to drive.
Steve.
Steve.
All right, I'm gonna turn off the poo water, if you don't mind.
Okay, I do not mind.
That's an
Whoa,
EMF5.
Whoa. It is!
Raiju Obake. That means, Mr. Doc, that we have a Raiju.
A Raibake! Let's
A
go. No, just a
Raibake.
Raiju, just a regular Raiju.
All right.
I actually took the time to cross off Obake in the journal and then circle. Okay, whatever.
It's for visual guidance to your community.
You heard that? It's visual guidance, chat. Don't pick on me.
Yeah, nerds. Makes sense for the hunt. Wait, what? I'm just gonna hang out. Oh, he might have seen it. No, he doesn't see it yet. I'm gonna go over here. Order up.
Yeah, I'd like a bacon double cheese. And if I could get some curlies would be good.
Okay, hold on. Let me write this down.
If you could give me, okay, all right. If you could get me a bacon double cheese, okay. If I could get curlies, and if I could also get like a little side cup full of like those little sliced pickles, that would be nice. I don't want to put them on the. Don't put them on the burger though. I want them separate.
Got it. Order up.
As well.
That'll be out in about 30 minutes, okay?
Wow. Okay.
If you could please have a
Not much
seat
in the
over
way,
here,
Mr.
sir, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
I don't think I can, but
If you could have a stand, sir, I would greatly appreciate it. If you could just stand there for a while. It's hunting.
I'm just gonna.
You don't have to stand there anymore. You don't have to stand there anymore.
What?
It's hunting.
It's okay. I'm not worried about it, honey, because I know you're going to keep me safe.
God, don't do this to me.
What do you mean? I got your back, bro.
He has no idea.
Ah!
It's okay. You're safe. You're fine.
All right.
All right, you're good.
Good.
Goody goody gumdrops. Someone's got to check the wiring on this place. I need to get the rest of the mustard. I have a mission, but he's here.
All right, the place is well lit again. We're going to be okay.
It's
We're
fine.
going to be okay.
It's fine. What's it going to do? Try to kill us?
All right, so we know what the ghost is. Now,
Yeah.
now what are we doing? Like, is there a reason
we
for
haven't
us?
done firelight, motion sensor, or incense yet.
So we got to do that. All right.
Yeah. If you want to get the two other
right, I'll
things,
go.
I could incense it.
All right, I will grab.
I have
Wait,
incensories.
hold on. I know it was only 3 things I had to remember. I know one of them was motion
sensor and firelight.
Light. Okay, got
Yeah.
it. BRB.
Okay. I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission. Okay, I did not incense yet. It didn't come near me. It came near me. Okay.
All right.
Be careful, SpongeBob.
I want you to know I am smudgeless right now because I brought in this other stuff.
Okay, but you should still have a smudge. What do you mean? What do you mean? It was a firelight in motion.
Because I have my light. I always need to be able to see. I want seeing powers.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So I got to put this in the bathroom. Hey! What's that? It's too dark in here to poop. Okay.
Too dark.
There you go.
Too dark to poop.
Too dark to poop. Not anymore. Now you got some lights for your pooping.
Lights
How
for the
about
poop.
that?
Lights for the poop.
All right, I'm gonna go grab a smudge now before I have an
Okay,
opportunity to
that's a
die. I'll be right back.
Fantastic idea. I like it.
Hey, let's go
Ayo.
every once in a while.
Okay. Am I missing any? I am. Damn. Can't risk it. I can't risk it. How does he not see all this? Steve. Is there mustard in here? Okay. Mustard. That's a big old thing of mustard. I think it's the only one. Jesus. Okay. Ooh. Oh, it blew out the firelight. Maybe we put this one over here for now. It's.
Where'd you go there, bud? Where'd you go?
I was just taking a room there, bud.
Roger that. Hey, what are the odds that if I hide inside the bathroom stall, the ghost won't see me?
I feel like you will end all life things. Yeah.
It's not a theory. It's a terrible theory. I'm not worried. You'll protect me.
Doc, run! Run!
I got you, Flash. I got you.
Okay.
Okay. There.
No. Do you have one?
This is for you. Take it.
Do you have one too? Okay, thank you.
Wait. I got you.
No, stop it. Stop.
Okay, all right.
Stop. No, I got you.
Okay, I got you too.
I think this is the time I reveal it. Hey, Doc, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you grab this real quick?
Yes.
All right, now can you put it over here?
Gotta make sure we keep track of all the mustard.
Thank you.
Right. There we go. Oh my God, just sit on top of them. This is impossible. Just sit there. Yeah.
This entire
All
time.
right, you try.
This entire time.
I swear.
No, this entire time I was collecting all the mustard.
But also at the same time, you were being concerned about my safety,
That's
which
right.
I appreciate.
That's right.
Yes.
I was.
Okay.
Hold on, can we leave?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got all the objectives done. I think perfect game's off the table.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh my God. Sad Boy Sunset, thank you for the 6 months. B Mason, thank you, friends.
So wait, were you just waiting on me to like come to the determination that we should just leave since we knew what the ghost was?
No.
No.
I was hoping you would eventually find the mustard pile, but it wasn't happening. So I had to force that
You're
interaction.
asking me to notice a detail that may be a you problem, not a me problem. All right.
I think it's good. I think we're fine. Oh my
right,
God!
awesome.
You both literally
Do
at the
you wanna
exact
do
same
the
time.
honors, or you just
Ah,
wanna
no,
go
let her
ahead and
let her
click the
rip.
button? Hey! Motherfucker! How'd you do that from over there?
Ads are about to play, by the way. Just a heads
wait.
up. Heads up. Ads are about to play. That's 100% arise you, though. All right.
Back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
It's magic. Letting out his inner demons? I think so. Oh my goodness gracious.
Well, look at this. We're undefeated. And
Look
you
at
know
this.
why? It's because you're keeping me alive. And I
Stop it.
appreciate it.
Stop it.
Okay. I'm not going to say it again.
Stop it.
All right. I'm done. Okay. I'm stopped. It's stopped.
Okay.
It's fine.
All right. That's
We're gonna be
unnecessary.
okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Your turn.
You know what?
Oh, hey,
I'm feeling whatever it was that you were feeling. You're gonna up the ante.
I'm up in the ante.
Okay.
I'm up in the ante.
Okay.
What rhymes with Lotfoss nuns?
With Lotnus funds?
Lotnos funds. Hot sauce runs.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah, that wasn't a whole lot of
That
help
didn't
I
work
gave
for
you
me.
there.
I
I'm
don't know.
sorry.
I guess I just couldn't put two and two together. Sorry.
It probably didn't
Drifter!
work for anybody. It worked for me though. So, all
Okay.
right. If I die, hot sauce. Let's go.
Okay. I believe in you.
Let's get-
God.
All right, we're here.
Good luck.
Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly before starting the investigation. There have been new reports of a
I'll just hear about good luck.
Take a look.
Well, I wasn't expecting that one, but here we are.
That's all right. We've got Chuck Norris's half brother Joseph Norris to keep us safe as well.
his second cousin.
Yeah. It's gonna be all right.
Living in his own world right now.
Case
He is.
696, Joseph Norris. Capture 2 unique paranormal sounds with a sound recorder. Have a member of your team witness a ghost event and capture a video of the ghost as well.
Did you have a little interference there for a second?
Yep. A little bit of caffeine, little surge, a little surge.
Surge. Got some on the back shelf right now.
There we go. Oh, surge?
Surge.
That's a
I have
thing?
some on the back shelf
it's probably
right now.
Is it an energy drink?
No, Surge. It was a soda from the 90s.
Wait, why do you have sodas from the 90s on your
Because
back?
it is
I'm
a
like-
collectible. And it is unopened. It is an unopened can of Surge.
Do you have like all sorts of like collectibles?
I have a
Like that?
Furby right next to it.
Okay. Do you have like a pair of shoes that you wore when you were 10?
No.
Is that why we're always about F them shoes?
No.
Because you lost that one pair that
It
you
has
had,
nothing to
and
do with the
now
light up
it's-
shoes that were actually mercury. No.
It has nothing to do with the original print Transformers that were painted in lead? No.
Had nothing to do with the creepy crawlers that ended up giving me intestinal issues. No.
Had nothing to do with Happy Fun Ball that actually fell from the universe many years ago. And
No, it had nothing to do with the skip it that may have absolutely ripped apart my ankles. Skip it, skip it. Every time.
that seems like a weapon from a video game.
It really was. Skip it is like it's like the new generation's yo-yo. You remember how they used to use yo-yos back in the day for like medieval
All right,
weapons.
I'm gonna go look for power under the stairs.
All right. Rogue, thank you for the gifted. Oh, I'm gonna do sound. I should probably do this. Thought Doc was cultured. I can't believe he didn't know what surge is. You got any power?
None over here.
Ooh, it's upstairs. I'll get it. It had an odometer. It did. It counted how many skips you did. Oh, Rogue. Thank you guys for the gifteds. Thank you, friends. Settings for this match. It's Nightmare. Where am I going? Where am I going? Where am I going? That's the bathroom door. We have the juice. Thank you, Rogue. I would say that's Doc. Forgot about Surge? Oh.
All right, I'm gonna start searching room to room for freezing temperature.
Roger that. Keep me posted.
Will do.
Got 9 straight ads? That's what happens when it's 3 minutes of ads. Correct. Yep. Very intentional. My shins just had a flash of pain and memory. You know, I think it was my sister that had to skip it. And I remember we would try it. And after like 2 tries, like, no, this is stupid.
So far, my right wall strats have not revealed any freezing temperature.
Roger that. I would say continue on, soldier.
Will do. Captain Ghost Findy guy.
Who the hell told you my name?
Sorry about that.
Roger.
Wait, are you calling me Roger, or are you saying Roger like the mic, like the walkie-talkie thing? Over.
Yes. Over. Roger.
Rod.
Burger King by my house used to sell Surge up until a year ago. What? I've got all kinds of gems back there. Roger, Roger. Yes, random chose this map, Sentinel.
8.3 degrees, 6.8 degrees.
Ooh, where you at? Where you at?
10.1. I am in a classroom downstairs near the front. There's a light switch.
This is great.
There's a little palm tree in the corner.
Okay, okay, okay. I see your light. Okay, all right. I no longer need direction.
Okay, all right.
I have heard literally nothing until right now.
Did you hear that? I hear that. Get away from me.
Well,
Good touch.
heard. Hey, we had to get in a ghost
I
event, so
forget-
that works.
Okay, I forget which way is out from here.
I believe it's this. Y'all getting snow? Can you send me some? I don't want the snow. I don't want it at all. I don't want it. Hey, Missy, how are you? All right, time to go for the old walk. No snow for you? I don't want it.
Yep.
Excuse me? Oh God, when did this happen? Hold on.
I got branch in my face.
What the hell did he just say? There we go. That's better. Oh, there we go. There we go. Flooding for you. Yeah, Mare was saying it was flooding near her as well. Whoop. Hey, Dread, welcome in. Hello, hello. Okay.
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 So what's your strat now? What's the plan? What are you doing?
Bring in evidence things.
Tell me what's going through your mind.
You're the camera. Jesus.
Let me poke around in that brain.
Tell me what's going through your mind. Yeah. What's going through your head?
What do you think? What do you think?
What's going on in there, huh?
I just want to make sure I get the shot right. Huh? That's all. What do you think?
Supposed to get down to 19. Yeah, it's -1 here. The feel is -1. Not good.
Oh yeah, this way.
Yeah. Hey, Riss, I'm good. How are you? Dread, thank you for the follow. Cam, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. We're just goofing. Is it snowing here? No, not right now. It did yesterday, like last night. But it wasn't even a lot. It was enough to put some snow on the ground, but you could still see grass. My dog slips and slides when you try to go out. Oh no. My dog doesn't like it because her belly's close to the ground. So skip it. Orbeez?
I don't think that necessitated the walkie-talkie, but yeah, we got Ghost Orb.
Okay. All right. No UVs yet. If you wouldn't mind, I'd like to give this the old gentleman's try. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you here?
Outside the door.
Where are you?
Yep.
Are you here? How many elbows do you have?
Some would say, precisely 3.5.
Ooh, half. Can't wait to see where that is. Where are you? Are you here? Are you here?
Hinge joint.
Audio
Went
stuff.
the wrong way. A little embarrassed.
What made that extra funny was I was just staring forward as you crossed back across. That went the wrong way.
Yeah, that happens, unfortunately.
Audio, stop cutting out, please. 5 degrees with wind chill currently. Ugh. Don't mind if I do. Hey, do you want to touch that door real quick? That'd be super cute. Hey, do you want to touch the door? No? Okay. I'm gonna run. All those dog poops that get lost in the snow? What the hell? What the hell? Hey, Queen, thank you for the heartbeat. Lady, welcome in. Flippy. Cold front I've been hearing about. Really got temps low for everyone? Yeah. Literally everyone. Okay, game, I need you to freaking relax. Relax.
I got salt and I got crucifix for sale.
Did you say for sale?
No, for safety, to keep us
Oh.
safe and alive.
Roger that. I thought you were selling off my goods. I was going to be a little upset.
No, who would do that in a...
I don't know if I trust him. Don't know if I trust him. Great. Now I have all these 90s tunes stuck in my head. There we go.
We got a rating of the Ghost Society.
Oh, that's cute. Mayor Revithe. Did I find out the curse? I did. It's Frank. It's always in the front room. You don't have to go find it. You don't have to go looking for it. I mean, I'm going to sneeze. I'm going to sneeze. Grab this. Grab that. Grab this. 2 sounds with a sound recorder. You got it. I'll be fine. Ah. Pretty cold out here in Texas. Dog pressed his buttons. Sister played with me and outside, so I had to go. Oh, no. Oh no, you bought my crucifix. Don't do that. Don't buy my equipment away from Doc. Bless you. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you. Oh shit.
High school, FlashForce!
You scared
Welcome.
me. You scared me.
Sorry.
I thought you were
Sorry.
dead because the door was shut.
I'm alive.
Okay, good. Oh.
Did you mean that good, or were you saying good like a sarcastic?
No,
way?
I'm saying good. Like, I'm glad to see that you're breathing.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah. Are you glad that I'm breathing?
Yeah.
Doc?
I'm gonna go back out to the van. And I'm gonna grab a couple
Hey,
smudge
why
sticks.
didn't you answer me?
What? Man, what do you mean?
I said, are you glad that I'm breathing? And then you act like I didn't say anything. Doc? Doc? Hey, Doc? Hey. All right.
Yes, I'm glad you're alive and breathing, of course.
Yay! Hip hip!
Hooray!
Ghosty, I need more sounds now, please. No freezing. No. We have orbs and writing. Spicy. I'm just going for the objective now. Hello. Oh, I'll buy that one too. Thank you, Spicy. Thank you for the biddies. Thanks for stealing my crucifix. How funny would that be if there was an integration where you could literally remove objects? I did see it, Miss C. I did. Come on now. No, I already got that one. I don't need that. Did it just record that? You better not. Ooh. That's either hell or help, and I'm really not sure which one it is. There. Desperate ghost. Desperate times, desperate measures. I'm gonna go turn the power on. All right, I'm going upstairs to turn the power back on.
Roger then. You're doing great.
Thank you. Voice here, hell. Yeah, I can't tell if it's hell or
Do
hell.
we know what the cursed object?
I believe it's Frank.
Weird.
I think. Yeah, there's 3 spawn locations in high school if you guys never play this map. One's under the left stair, one's under the right stair, and then one is upstairs on the left-hand side, past the bodies, past the potties. I think it's hell and help. Not hunting it, right?
FlashForce, if you make your way back to the foyer, you'll notice Frank is no longer there.
Roger that.
I think we should play a game.
I'm on the way. Hello? I'm here.
Now, whatever you do, don't look like in front of you. Like, look behind. Well, I mean, I guess it's not possible to look behind you, but don't look anywhere. Close your eyes for a second, FlashForce. We're playing a game.
Hello?
Flash, I'm scared.
Jesus. Reject. Oh my God. Thank you, dude. What do you...
Okay, here's the thing. Here's the
Okay,
thing.
all right.
I
Okay.
was gonna do a thing. And then I was saying to chat earlier. Chat suggested, hey, it's Floppy Frank. You could do something with that. And the doors.
Well, they're not going to open.
Closed. Look what you've done,
I didn't do it.
Frank. Wait, Frank.
Doc to bits. He's a trooper. It's probably not even gonna come over here. Hey, it's coming over here.
It is fast. It is quick.
I smudged.
Okay.
Hey, Game Space, what's up? It's done. It's done, right? No, not again! What? All right, well, time to leave. He's dead.
Hey!
You can't trick me, Ghost of Doc.
It's not a ghost of Doc, I'm a real boy!
You're not real!
Jeez. Okay. Seriously.
What? Okay, what is going to be outside to get you? What do you mean?
Well, all right. Like that was a sound in one ear. Okay, like you know that terrifying knocking sound that you could
Oh,
download
the very
from
realistic
anywhere,
one.
and then
Yes.
yeah. Except imagine instead of it being a knock, it's so like oh my god.
It's okay. It's okay. You okay?
It's all right.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm okay.
Well, we know what
All
it
right,
is.
so we do. It's wait, do we?
We do. So you smudged.
Are we saying it's a revenant?
We're saying it's Revenant for sure. Absolutely.
Okay. All right. It was pretty quick.
It was pretty quick, but then whenever you smudged and you weren't there anymore, it got pretty slow.
All right. Well, I'd say we did a pretty good job there, bud.
Okay, we did a
Hey,
pretty good job.
thanks for Thank you for keeping me alive again. I do appreciate that.
You kept yourself
do.
alive.
You're
I
doing
didn't
awesome
even
today.
even do anything. How's the ghost spawned on me? I died while having a cruci in hand. Do you have a clip of it? Okay. We're good to go. Revies rev up and then go vroom vroom. They do. That is factual.
If you're happy and you know it, do the thing.
Oh, was that the thing?
Yeah. Pressing the button.
Let's go.
I'm happy. And I
Did you
know
first know evidence? Nice. Yeah, the hard part is going to be proving it. Or not proving it, but showing the clips so we can understand more of what happened.
We are just the train's rolling through the station right now. We can't be
Steamrolling.
stopped. Steamrolling.
Steam.
I'm prepared to take on the entire spectral afterlife. Like, this is going fantastically.
It is fantastically. I mean, do we stay with random?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, bud.
Maybe we should go with no evidence randoms.
Okay. All right. Captain Spicy Shorts. Hold on.
I guess I said that out loud, didn't I?
You did. Allow me
yeah.
to indulge. There we go. No evidence. Yes, sir.
Okay. No evidence randoms. I'm ready.
Yeah,
You
me
ready?
too. Nah, maybe. Yeah, it's fine. Can't put one. The game is being kind.
This is easy.
If I would have
This is
seen
easy. We're
orbs.
fine.
We have a mirror. All right. Lost confidence real quick.
All right.
It's fine.
Case 697, Gary Thompson. Capture 3 unique videos with a video camera. Get never son of all percent and have a member of your team escape and ghost during a hunt. Which is going to be easy. We haven't been killed once yet today.
All right. I'm ready. Flashlight.
Roger that.
Okay.
The thing.
Lighter.
The thing. Let's go.
A lighter. Go ahead and grab a lighter right now. Go ahead and
Always
grab
do
a
know
lighter
evidence
right
on
now.
Woodwind. It's a pretty popular one. A lot of people grind for
Come
money
over
and
and grab
XP
a
on this
lighter right
map. Oh. Yeah. Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Yeah.
Don't forget the thing. Roger that.
Hey, we're here. What you gonna do? You're gonna do nothing.
It's in the white tent.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Roger that, white tent.
Figured I might as well.
All right, I'm gonna go get a motion sensor or two.
I like it. Good map for challenges, this one. Oh, yeah. Small map, nice and easy to get in there. Let's do this, this, and this. Yeah, a lot of people, you'll see a lot of people going over to these over here and just sitting there and doing runs over and over and over again. There. Put that in there. Do this, that. Oh, okay, or not. You know what? I didn't want to put that there anyway. That's fine. There we go.
Hey, so FlashForce, what was your favorite back in the day game? Back in the day.
My favorite game of all time is Mario 64.
That's pretty good. That's a good one. Whoa! Well,
It's not a Hantu
wait, why are you saying it's not a Hantu?
because it turned the power on. Ghost Hantu can't do that.
I've been playing this game for 4 years, and I did not know that.
Well, the ghost turning on the power is like, I don't know. I feel like it's so rare to have it happen. It does not happen often. We were talking about you. Oh, it's the chef. Hi, chef.
Hey!
Hey.
How's it going?
You guys look great together, by the way.
If you could go ahead and make me some loin, I would appreciate it.
Ugh,
Yes. Okay. Well,
gross.
he's on his way.
Not a shade. Not if the singing event thingy is correct, which we're going to assume it is. Oh, it's Steve. All right. I'm going to bring a snitch. Going to bring a firelight. Yeah. And that was a normal singing event, which means it should not be a shade. Should not.
Just gonna motion sensor up is.
Are you telling me this is an effing wraith? BRB.
Roger that.
I'm getting both other salts.
Hey, you know we got the bone as well.
Oh yeah, I saw it across the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do people use tier 2? Because of the light. It's just preferred. That's cute.
Wait, what does it mean if the ghost goes?
It means it's hungry.
Oh. It did not have sufficient loin.
Wraith, I'm thinking so. And we can prove it with this. I'm gonna grab another one of those. Yeah, okay. You know, Doc, I'm a little suspicious.
What's that? Suspicious?
Yeah, I'm a little suspicious.
So we're thinking that maybe it's got some of the wraith stuff going on. Is
you
that what you're
know,
saying?
I think there's a possibility we got a little bit of wraith stuff on our shoes. Just a little bit.
Got some wraith stuff going on there, bud.
Yeah, I got some wraith stuff on your shoes there, bud.
How about you do me a favor and walk in this salt?
I don't think it's gonna do it.
Yeah, no, it didn't do it. It didn't.
Hey, Kristen, thank you for the follow.
You
Death
might be
Star,
right, sir.
hello. Cozy, hello. Breezy, hello. Can you show up again with one of
Nice.
those singing events I heard about? I'd love to take a photo. No hiding there. Okay, roger that. No hiding there. Hiding there. Oh, Doc is a singing event. Is the boat location in the exact same spot too? Hold on. Is he here for you or me? Oh, he's here for you.
Hey! Oh.
Oh shit! He didn't like that. Okay, he doesn't like when I do it. He likes when you do it.
Wait, what do I have to do?
I don't know. I started humming and he tried to kill me.
Oh, okay. Well, they say that music soothes the savage ghost, so here we go. Should I just do his song or
I think you should do like a mix. Do like a remix.
a remix, huh? Okay. Yeah, boom, boom.
All right. Can we add that to the, if they ever add the carnival map that I want, can they? Oh, I thought I heard the ghost. Just da, 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 da.
Yeah, that might do something to the game's popularity. I'm not sure we want to mess with it.
You mean up the popularity? Because that sounds like pure money. Pure money. All right. Let's do the ting.
This ghost hates salt.
It does hate salt,
Yeah.
but it loves Doc Shoulder.
Is that real?
No, but it's about to be.
Are you sure?
You know, I'm going to say that I'm at least 72% positive.
Okay. Well, it would be a shame if it hunted right now.
No. Although wraiths
didn't
can
get it.
teleport, so,
So what you're saying is we should have a crucifix while we're hanging out here.
I mean, depends how much risk we want in our bisque, you know?
Risk in the bisque.
Yeah.
I'm not sure risk goes well with lobster, as far as I'm aware.
Well, if it's a different type of bisque.
Here it comes. We got some risk in our bisque.
See, look. He wants to say hello. He wants to say
FlashForce is
hello.
gonna keep me safe.
Yeah, you just run.
FlashForce is gonna
Just
keep
run.
me safe.
Just run. You're
FlashForce is
fine.
gonna keep me safe.
Just run. You're fine. I got
FlashForce
this
is gonna
smudged.
keep
I
you
got.
safe.
I smudged. I smudged.
Yep.
I need you to run. I need you to run.
Hey!
Okay. Gucci.
Yeah, I ran right by the hiding spot.
Dude, give it a rest.
I'm gonna go grab another smudge.
All right. Man. Difficulty, this is a no evidence run. For sure, Wraith. You know, I would like to think so. I could safely assume.
So what else can we even do at this point?
It would be if we decided we wanted to do objectives and whatnots.
Well, what do we got? Average Sonata below 25%.
We need 3 videos,
Capture 3
too.
unique videos.
Yeah.
Ooh, I see. All right.
Spicy.
Done and done.
Roger that. Don't try to kill us. Thank you.
Here we go. Getting a unique video.
You can get this crucifix when it lights on fire.
I was just recording that little blue ball. I thought that was kind of unique.
Oh, all right. Well, we can do the mirror action, but I don't want to do that yet. I want to try to get.
I keep hearing things over there.
That's a little
It's making me
worrying.
nervous.
Yeah, me too. Oh, it's back here.
Oh,
Okay,
I
we're
got a
fine.
video.
Motion
I don't
sensor.
know what I got it of, but I got one.
I'm assuming you got the motion sensor.
Okay.
I will
You know what they say
safely.
when you assume.
Oh,
got that.
No, why don't you tell me?
Well, they say you probably shouldn't do that. From what I hear.
Roger that.
All right. Hey.
All right. I'm glad we talked about this.
Big gulps, huh?
All right.
All right.
Well, see you later.
Well, see you later.
Oh my God. Ghost. I need more sounds, please. Ghosty. I could go get a firelight, I suppose.
You could. But that's just what it's expecting us to do.
I know. Expect the unexpected. Go, go.
Oh!
Oh.
Hey! Guess what? Videos? Dunzo.
Nice. We need one more photo.
Okay.
Wait.
Do we have a photo camera, or are you doing photo camera? Oh.
Got it.
Oh. Good photo.
Kind of forgot about the EMF.
Oh.
Does a ghost fart count as a sound or a visual? Both.
So now what are we doing? Do we have to sound record?
Yeah. I've got one sound so far.
Ah. All right. Well, I'm ready to smudge it if it decides to show up.
All right. I'm gonna leave that motion sensor on. Uh-oh. That don't naturally go out.
It was a spectral extinguishment.
Let's name my band back in high school.
Give it up for Spectral Extinguishment.
With their first track. No, no. Oh my God. Hey, Tandra, what's up? What is happening? Is it not even over? I don't see the motion sensors going off anymore. A little worried.
It just gave up. It's just like, I'm done.
I'm sick of you guys. I'm just so done. You're mocking me the whole time. Uh-oh. Get smudged on, nerd.
Hey! Oh.
Oh, the Mango Man.
Hey! Hey!
I get that too? That double sound? Double sound? Aha! Oh, we still need 2 videos.
Did you get it?
Yeah.
Wait, videos? What? Oh.
We
I
have
guess
motion sense, bird
I
crew seat,
apologize.
door moved.
All right.
We could get this firelight blowout.
Okay.
Hey, Puddin', how are you? I'm ready.
Couldn't be more ready. Poised. Focused.
Poised.
And in 3, 2, 1. A whoosh.
A whoosh?
I mean, what's the setting? It's kind of a whoosh.
It could be in a whoosh. I gotta be honest, I'm a little worried. I don't know where the ghost is.
Oh!
You can record that?
Got it.
Yeah, let's go.
Come on, whoosh.
Ghosty, where are you
Whoosh.
walking? I think it's over here. Hold on. Hold on.
A whoosh.
I'm gonna get more stuff. We get more. I'm gonna give it more to do.
If you're happy and you know it, go whoosh. Oh.
It went whoosh.
Oh, oh. Oh no, I did this freaking motion sensor again. Dang it.
All right, I'm trying to delete it. There you go. There you go.
No.
Yeah, let's go. Hey, Reacts, what up?
We are the champions, my
Friends.
The ghost.
All right.
Does the fire going out
All
count
right,
as a
well
fire
done.
extinguished?
No,
Yes.
Could this game be any easier?
You good?
Yeah.
He's fine.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
See, no evidence runs are easy. I don't know why people have such a problem with them.
I know, right? Like some people have trouble just living in this game. All right, well,
Tangle Street?
are we keeping? Oh, we're keeping this train a rolling.
I think
Let's
so.
go.
See you,
Hey,
Nate.
I
Have a
just
good
wanna say
one.
thanks for keeping me safe so far today.
Stop
I really appreciate it.
thanking me for
You're
keeping
doing
you
awesome.
safe when you are doing it yourself.
We know what's going on. We
No,
know.
no. This is all you're doing.
Don't you try.
Stop it. No,
don't
no.
try
Do you
it.
know why
No,
you're
no,
safe?
No.
That's why. Jonathan, thank you for the follow.
Right. Check the equipment and get set up before investigating.
Normal rating? I'm gonna let
Wait,
him
are we
open.
still no evidencing now? Or
Yes.
are we?
Yeah, no evidence.
Yeah.
Shit. It's normal. Dang it. Audio, stop cutting out, please.
Gate 698, Betty Bones. Wednesday, I knew the ghost using its senses. Get now for some top, 25%, and have a member of your team witness a ghost event.
Oh my gosh. Easy? What? Oh my God.
All right, less than 10. Perfect game. Let's go.
And then at the
Blood rain. Anything super cool yet? I mean, we did just open the door, to be fair. What do we got? Doc should know how much we all root for him. Oh, he knows. He is very aware that we root for him. It is a little colder. Where was that? Was that upstairs? I heard a throw. I think I heard a throw, but I don't know where. Sorry. There's a boner right there, though. Oh. The shrows are in here.
Oh, and there's a phone over here.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's doing the dishes.
Nice.
It threw it right into the sink. What a nice ghost. Nurse, thank you for the 6 months.
It's very considerate.
Good roomie.
Outside of the whole break
Such a
in
good
your neck.
roomie. Reaper, Big Pupper, what's up? Wait, what's up? Was to help me do the chores? What a nice ghosty. Let's get this in there so we can see stuff. I'm gonna bring in more media. I'm gonna bring in all the media.
Okay, I will bring in more Motai on.
Roger that. New to Faz, any tips? Yeah, always have an escape plan. Know where you can hide or get away from the ghost. Always. Game, please stop. Okay, no orbicals. Probably not a Mamake. Sound yet. We go and get the bone. It's shrew a thing. There we go. Okay. Could be a Dio. Well, it literally could be in anything. Yeah. It's no evidence. We haven't got anything yet, so it could literally be anything. Let's get that. Let's get that. Let's get... why does he... Why... I picked up one smudge. Is he just bringing him to the door?
Smudge is by the front door there.
Ah, roger that. Thank you. Thank you there, bud. All right. Where are you walking around, hotshot? There. Put that there. Okay. Not a wraith.
Roger that.
Do you have both lighters? No, I can only carry one at a time. Oh, do we both have lighters? Oh, I assume he does. Game, please stop. Like, any extra sounds, it's freaking out. Not Goryo. That's okay. Sure, whatever you say. Nailed it. Pro.
She just told me to get out.
Okay, and are you going to listen?
No. I'm not gonna listen.
So aggressive.
My house. Okay, all right, I'm sorry, Ghost.
Doesn't make it less aggressive.
Sorry.
All right, you got those there. Maybe I'll put one there. Sees ghost throw an object. Oh, it's not an Onryo. Ah, one of those players. Hey, Brian, what's up? Welcome in. Ghosty, do you want to blow the thingy out? It's almost like when it's raining, there's like extra sound and the game is freaking out.
Yes, it does.
Roger that. Let's see if it'll do it twice. Give me one of these.
Come on, Ghost. Are you once, twice, 3 times a lady?
Could be.
You're once.
You know, Mrs. Doubtfire is
Twice.
playing on my my small CRT upstairs right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Help is on the way, dear.
Screaming Are You Yokai increases the chance of being a yokai. This is factual. I would agree. Yeah. How does it do that? By not being a Goryo. All right, Ghosty. Walking around, grabbing your you-know-what.
It's not screaming at me. I was kind of hoping it would scream at me, but it's not.
Well, you know, maybe it's just not a screamer.
That sounded a little.
That sounded extremely appropriate. I don't know what your problem is.
Okay. Whoa, hey, whoa.
Gorio cannot leave his room? No, that is incorrect. Gorio absolutely can leave the room. It is not stuck to one room. It can't change its favorite room.
I bet it's pretty irritating that I'm taking all the dishes out of the sink and just throwing them on the counter.
It did safely throw one into the sink, so now you're trying to ruin its job. Really? Yes.
Yep. I bet that's really irritating,
Yes,
isn't it, Ghost?
whoever told you that a Gorio can't leave its room was lying to you. Just waiting for it to do something noticeable, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna turn some lights out.
Oh, you did that.
Yeah, sorry.
Turned off both the lights.
One at a time, too.
Yeah. While you were standing right next to them.
Well, you know. It is a fact that they stink, though. That is true. That is very true. Where are you, Ghosty? Oh, look, I found you.
Why can't we find you? Oh.
All right. I'd say we could
I'm gonna
safely say no on Rio.
No Henri.
Hi, Kev. What up, homie?
Or it's an Henri no.
Henri, no. All right.
How about no?
Okay. I'm ready for any kind of event, any kind of anything, if it wants to do it.
Are we saying, because I was standing right here, well, actually, technically, was I in the dining room? Because did it blow out the candle? Oh, okay. Did it blow out this candle that happens to look like a lantern? Did it blow that out when we were in the room?
That's a fantastic question. Did a ghost fart just happen? Oh, no, that was a throw.
I didn't hear one.
I didn't either. I thought it was a
nothing
floor for a second. That was a fantastic imitation of a ghost fart. Yeah.
Thank you.
Like a zombie.
All right. Yeah. Okay, I detect the sarcasm in the fantastic now. I didn't get it before.
Ghosty.
If you blow out this fire line, Flash is going to give you $5.
Hey, wait a minute. If you blow out this firelight, Doc is going to dip into his 401k and provide you hot pockets for a year.
Hey, Ghost, if you blow into this firelight, Flash will give you a baby seal.
Where am I going to get a baby seal?
Well, you got to figure it out. Figure it out. I mean, this is for the sake of the
if
ghost
you
hunt.
blow out this firelight, Doc will clean your undies for 2 years.
You like those brownie frownies, Ghosty? Brownie frownies?
A little happy crappy.
Hey, if you blow out this firelight, Flash will sing like an angel.
If you blow out this firelight, Doc will give you a smooch.
I'm slowly coming to the conclusion that the ghost doesn't really like us an awful lot.
If you blow out this firelight, we'll leave and get the hell out of the house.
It hasn't made up its mind completely yet. It's like, I can tolerate this for a little while longer.
I've got a sneaky that this might be a shade.
You think?
What if you stand over here with me?
It seems to be chucking stuff. Yeah. It seems to be doing close proximal chucks, but not,
Proximal
but not
chucks.
definite. Yeah, proximal chucks.
Hey, Ivory, how are you?
Cereal. Give me a nice bowl of proximal chucks.
Oh wait, I can get a photo of her. Oh, that's right. Sorry, my bad. My bad.
This isn't real. Is it real?
No, I got distracted. Your face in the photo and it says ghost. Ooh.
It's foreshadowing.
I was hoping for like the big eye photo. You know what I mean? Remember those back in the day? All
so
right.
that didn't seem very shady to me.
Yeet. I guess it
Whoa,
depends on.
hey.
Okay, well, this is looking a little shady. It's over there right now. So, okay. So I'm going to go stand back in this room now. Was that
So wait, so if you stand there and I stand here, it's got to do something. Oh,
But question is where.
that didn't seem shady.
Yeah, but did it do it over here? Where was it when it did that?
I don't know.
Man, where were you when you did that? Okay.
Whoa! My jacket's on fire.
so nonchalant. Ah, my jacket's on fire. Ah. Can shades hunt? Yes. Every ghost in the game can hunt. Oh, ghost fired inbound.
Danger. Not Noni.
Wasn't that a singing event? I don't think so. It wasn't a singing event, was it? Okay. Gotta be honest. Not completely sure, Doc. I don't know.
Nor am I. Nor am I. So is this the point at which we decide to get it to hunt us and then figure it out from there?
There's a possibility that we have a mare.
All right, hold on. Okay.
Shades hunt only to solo people in the room. That is incorrect. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm a little sussy of a mare, Mr. Doc. They could have just
So
been
wait a minute,
timing.
Okay, because you had a light switch thing happen?
I did have a light switch thing happen. Yikes. Would you stop following me around with the light switch? Would you stop it? I'm trying to do. I'm working here. I'm working over here.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was trying to be helpful.
Son of a.
The energy bills are crazy these days.
Gosh dang it.
I'm doing something.
It might have been a quinky dink. It's going to hunt from in there, by the way. So careful, SpongeBob.
You mean right here?
Yes, right there. Oh, God.
Oh.
Okay. She works hard for the money.
Just remember the lockers are open for hiding if you need them.
Roger that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, she did shut this light switch off the second that I turned it on. So that's why I'm a little sus. A little sus of a mare. Swear to God.
Hey, Flash, can any ghost do a singing event? Any ghost can do a singing event. Right?
The only ghost that can't do a singing event is a shade.
Look at that. See?
What do you mean then is it true? Because didn't you just say that if the player's solo, the ghost won't hunt? And then you said then it true that if the player...
I'm a shade. Who says I can't do a singing event?
Ring
I'm a shade.
Welcome to our holiday themed stream, everybody.
Ding-a-ling. Oh, God!
For the low price of $10.99, you too can hear FlashForce sing holiday tunes.
We do it. Know what it is? That's our shtick. We do
Yeah.
holiday tunes while the ghost is chasing us.
Yeah.
I like it.
All right, done and done.
All right.
That's
we
the thing,
got to
man.
work on this.
Okay.
Rudolph the red light reindeer.
Oh my God. Oh, that was. Oh my God. I thought I heard it walking from over there.
I feel like we're entering the danger zone right now.
I think you're right.
You know what I mean?
Question is. Oh, okay. But now it's like over here. Okay.
Okay.
I'm a little sus.
Well, I gotta be.
Go on. You were saying.
Yeah, no, that thought's gone. That thought fled.
Where
That
did it
thought
go?
is no longer around. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, it's cold in here.
It is. So was that a singing event then? Did it sing at us?
I wasn't paying attention. I got to be 100% honest with you.
Yeah, same. Same.
Oh, it's here with us. Oh, it's walking away a little bit. Okay. Okay. It touched Nenor. It's about to hunt. Leslie Amaris, thank you for the follow.
You sound pretty
clear.
confident
Well, you know,
that it's gonna
give
hunt.
it 5 seconds.
5, 4. Look at you. Okay, here we go.
I don't need a lot for Christmas. There's one thing I really for my own, more than you will ever know.
All I want for Christmas is you. Oh, God. Okay. Now it's feeling stalkerish.
It's done. We did it.
We did it. We made another song. Okay. I'm very torn, Doc, about what ghost this is. Although now it did feel like the temps were changing in here. Oh yeah, it's in here now. Okay. All right.
So, all right. So if it's changing rooms,
Then
know
we
it's
can
not
cross off
Guryo.
Guryo. Okay. Mimic? I don't think so.
All right. So we're moving around the multi-on sensors. Okay,
I'm just
I
trying
can
to
be
see where
helpful.
it's going. The album has prospect of going aluminum. Hey, yeah. Yes, I have played before, Tonk. Yeah. At least twice, I think. I'm not sure, though. Will you be playing the event early Monday? No. No, it comes out for everybody on Tuesday. It's chasing Doc. Doc, I swear to God. Oh, maybe not. You okay? I'll take that as a no. Great. I have to finish this album myself? Oh, hey, another smudge. I need to get these in the correct order. All right. Lighter. You had one job. Listen, I did a great job all the way up until right now. Okay? We did so good. Not a lot of whispers. Not a lot of whispers. No, he had hiding. He knew where the hiding was. Don't even. That was not my fault. He was not careful, SpongeBob. That is correct. That is correct. All right. I'm a little suspicious. Something from in here, right? I'm gonna stand in here with the effing ghost. Screw this. If it hunts on top of me, we know it's not shade. Well, not a shade. Curse object? Ooh, there is a curse object. What is it? Well, that's not going to bring him back. Okay, it's not a shade. Pretty sure it's not a yokai. Normal speed. Well, don't just stand there, Doc. All right. Definitely not a shade. Absolutely not. Look, I knew he was the ghost. The game was telling us that he was going to become a ghost. It tried to warn us. Hey, Eric, what's up? Seems like he has a necky pain. A little bit. A little bit. A little bit. Avish, thank you for the super chat, dude. I don't know. I'm so torn what this could possibly be. Nitro, hello. Oh, look, a smudge. I'm assuming that was in his pocket. Has been singing a lot. I haven't gotten a single freaking thingy, though. You know? All right. Did I leave the parabolic in the ghost room? Sure did. Why is Doc sleeping? He's just tired. He's tired. He's a tired guy. Oh, God. Game, please chill. Why is he so contorted? Well, he tripped. Did it chase both of us in a single hunt? Because if it did, then yeah. Dude, I think I'm gonna go mayor. I'm gonna go mayor so I can bring Doc back. I don't want to do this all day. Targeted me one hunt, then got Doc the next. I didn't push him. It wasn't my fault. No. It was not. Okay. Doc, I'm going mayor. I'm going mayor so I can bring you back. You know, I'm going to have to pay attention to the sounds cutting out if it only happens on the rain. Going mayor. Winter Bear, thank you for the 10-month prime. Thank you for the sub, Fred. I'm basing it off of the light switching and the light burst.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
Fantastic.
Yeah, fantastic. You know,
you were doing great until you weren't.
yeah, I thought for sure that you were going to keep me alive, and it
Well, okay.
it made me feel a certain way. In fact, it made me feel such a way. I sent you a Discord message. You don't need to listen to it now, but I sent you a little Discord message.
Did you make an AI song about me not keeping you alive?
No.
It is,
yes.
It is literally titled "Left to Die in the Ghost Light." Okay. My first instinct was that was what was done, and okay, all right.
It's beautiful. Check it out at some point.
I
It's
will.
beautiful.
I will give it a listen. 1,000,000%.
Awesome.
Okay. Where to? Do you want to stay with what we're doing?
And with your permission, I may post it in my Discord if that's okay.
Of course.
Let's go.
Of course.
All right. I don't know. What are you feeling? What are you feeling right now?
Well, question. Do we want to stay on no evidence?
Maybe we should give the fans a little bit of evidence.
Give a little
you know
evidence.
what I mean? Just to see. Yeah.
I think so. I think honestly, having evidence is helpful for people when they're trying to learn the game.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if there's one thing that you and I both are, it's helpful.
Yeah,
So,
sometimes.
So
Yeah, it was a bear. Yeah.
When I'm not dead. Because
When I'm not dead. God dang it. No name. Thank you for the follow.
Ready.
Ship
I'm
of Woodman.
psyched. And you know what I say? Here we go. Without further ado.
I don't know why that's so enjoyable to me.
We're cutting off, yes. K699, Catherine Cray. Prevent the ghost running with the crucifix. Capture 3 unique videos of the video camera and detect the ghost business with a motion sensor.
All right, this time I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to go with an EMF, a thermometer, and a flashlight.
Roger that. Be new to the game. Is there any reason not to gather evidence other than just giving yourself a challenge? I think the only reason to not, you said, but being new to the game, which I think is a caveat. Being new to the game, you should get evidence.
Phone located.
Roger that.
Beamer.
Beamer damn near killed her. Oh. Hey-o. Oh, music box. As a new player, you should be getting evidence.
Power's on.
Nice. Thank you, sir. Hi, Mr. Zero. Get used to it because it's just, honestly, it's part of the game. It's enjoyable. Thank you, Mark. Use the music box. I will eventually. Ghosty, hello. Is there a reason more experienced players do not gather evidence? More experienced players might not gather evidence because it might be the difficulty that they're on. So if you are playing on anything above professional, then you're not going to get certain evidence. Possibly garage.
Roger that. On my way.
Tis a little bit nibbly in there. So on Nightmare, like that's what we're doing right now is Nightmare. So we can get evidence, but we can't get all 3. So we're going to get 2 and then we're going to stop looking because we have all the evidence that we could possibly get. We need to figure out the ghost. So what some people like to do, what we were just doing, was no evidence runs, where it's just to challenge yourself to see what you can do. But you get more money by doing that as well. You get more money by completing the game at a harder difficulty. Having gotten past, intermediate, I got you. Yeah. No. Hi, Mr. Song. Oh yeah, you do have to live. Surviving is definitely key to monies. That's for sure. No breath yet, but it was. Oh, did you see my breath? Hold on. This. Go get this. When in Rome. There we go.
Got any evidence there yet, or
No,
not so much?
Not quite. How do you learn
Well,
individual
it's gonna rain
ghost
this book right now?
Okay, I'm gonna record it.
All right.
You won't do it. Oh, I saw it.
Unfortunately, I guess that also does involve the sense of sight, not just the sound related.
Wait, no. Go ahead.
Oh, look at that!
It wrote in the book.
It drew a spirit box.
Kind of. Crap! I don't have anything big enough. It drew a camera.
Oh, look at that! Look at that!
That's
Weird.
crazy.
Where are you?
Let me get out of here.
Are you near?
Floaty book, yeah. Learning individual ghost quirks, honestly, it comes with playing the game. The more time you play, the more you learn. But you could also, by looking up videos about different ghosts by different creators, is one way that I learned how to play. I don't know what you just said.
Gerald have back pain? Have hepatitis.
Cheat sheet? Oh, the cheat sheet's amazing.
Can you lick your elbow? Where are you? Do you want to dance? I don't think it's going to be Spirit Box.
No dance?
But if you get it on the first try, I'm going to be upset.
Well, it might not. Okay, it's warmer in here now. It was 6 and now it's 11. Did it move? Hold on.
I don't know.
It was 6 degrees in there. Hold on.
Saying it's a little wandery wanderkins.
Yeah, but what a weird wander though. Because it's warmer here than in there. Warmer. Like what? But where would it roam to? We were both in
Not
this
the front
room. What the? Watch it be like directly underneath. Oh my God, it's here. It's literally here, Doc.
Okay, 1.6 degrees. Which is remarkably chilly.
That's
All right, I'll go
remarkably
get some
chilly.
ghost hunting crab.
Now it wants to go all feisty.
Yeah,
You did it.
I did it.
Proud of you. Waiting for the Christmas update. It's coming. It's a coming. It will release on Tuesday. There's a possibility that I might stream that night, by the way. Oh my God. Did she hunt earlier or am I crazy? Holy Christmas. Where are you? Doc, you okay? Hey. Miss you. Holy crap. Holy crap. Gonna guess that's a no. Poor Doc. And of course she was a crawler. Of course. And I also have a cursed possession where I can't bring him back to life. God dang it. God dang it. Fazbear, thank you for the follow. Uzoth, Apple, welcome in. He's scared stiff. I don't think we have... I don't think we have any evidence. Oh, not a mayor. He's seen some shit. All right. I'm going to try to quickly figure out what it is and get the heck out of here. Let's grab a... No, we'll throw that there. Let's do this. There we go. He looks gobsmacked. Yeah, he's had better days. The days have been better. Take another nap on the job? Yeah. Well, crikey. Are we thinking Les Demons? Les Demons? Ultraviolet writing freezing? What? EMF ultraviolet writing. Is this a myling? What the crumbs? Hold on. Shush. Do we have an EMF down here? I mean, UV down here? No freezing yet. Oh my god, it's like it warned me. Did you see that? It said ghost, and then I picked it up and she spawned. Doc, I'm freaking out. Oh my word, dude. All right. No orbicals to be found anywhere. Okay. Dude, I gotta be honest. I think this might be a myling, but man, it felt like it hunted so early. Okay, that's cute. Real original. All right. Maybe I just go myling, bring Doc back. I'm just gonna trust it. He tried the Michael Jackson split move thing. Yep, and he just got stuck. You don't come back up from those. No. All right, Doc, I'm gonna go myling to bring you back, sir. It sounded really quiet. I don't know why that felt really early, but I'm going with it. I didn't see any orbicals. We do have writing, so we at least have a something. It might have been UV and we just weren't down there in time to actually see it, which is totally fine.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs
Yep.
ready for you.
Sounded very quiet.
Well, oh, what was it? I wasn't paying attention. I just kind of clicked skip in spite. It was a myling. Okay. All right.
He better
Do I
not
have
send me
any
another
money?
song.
Oh,
haven't lost
yeah.
any.
Look at that. I know. I just wanted to know if I had more than, well, like a decent amount of money.
Oh, okay.
And I do. All right. I think I got time for like one more FlashForce, and then I gotta head out.
Well, if you have time for one more, then this is going to be your choice, sir. Got a milk.
Okay. What map is calling to us now? You know what? I've always been a big fan of the easy breezy, bleezy, beautiful cover girl maps.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's what
I'm
I'm
also
thinking.
down. That's a few couple bucks. That's just a few couple. Oh, it's raining. I might have issues.
Take a look at the equipment and
We will
prepare
find
accordingly
out.
before starting the investigation.
K700. Excuse me.
We've had reports of violence.
Oh, sorry. Oh, you're talking to him. Oh, okay.
No, not. Yes. K700 Elizabeth Brodman. Capture a photo of any successful reading on an EMF reader. Detect the paranormal sound with the parabolics microphone and capture 3 unique videos. Video camera.
This is gonna be so easy.
Noted.
Yeah. All right, Flash.
Yes.
Focus,
Okay.
determination,
Okay.
and speed. Focus, determination, speed.
In that order?
Okay. All right. Speed, focus, determination.
Okay. Roger that. You heard him. Hey, Knight. Good, how are you? Are you a cat being stepped on? What is that noise?
That was the Doppler effect. You know when a car goes by, it goes.
Yeah, the cat being stepped on. Power's on.
Roger that as well.
That was for sure a cat. I heard a cat. Is there hiding here? Hey, let's go.
I found a skull in the backyard.
Oh, that's where I left that. All right, it is over here somewhere. The ghost had a giggle. It thought it was funny.
Well,
It's 4 degrees right here.
I got 10.6.
Don't lie to
Oh,
me.
wait, never mind. I wasn't holding the button.
Yeah, doing great. Ghost likes our humor. I thought it was funny. There we go. There we go. Ha-yook. The timing, I know. Mr. Sog, thank you for the daily art, sir. Thank you. All right, a quick monk time. Video dot book.
Okay, I will grab a thing.
Okay.
But spirit box. Ooh. Okay.
Okay, I like it. I dig.
All right.
I dig.
Where are you? Are you near?
Okay, nope. Too soon.
Do you remember when we were playing Demonologist and Chiba was trying to call out the ghost from like 12 rooms away?
Oh no, God, I don't remember that at all.
Oh my gosh, it was amazing.
It was
wonderful.
amazing. Was that an orb?
All right,
Where'd that go? Wait. Oh, I did. We have orbs.
Wait. Oh.
Oh. Isn't that just a delight? It's walking in and out of the backyard, which is a little concerning.
Yeah, I don't want it to be in the backyard, to be honest.
Tomorrow's a new weekly. I'm very well aware. Hey, Vay, how are you? All right, there we go. But yeah, Tuesday, I think I might be streaming that night so that we can play the event whenever it drops. It goes public for everybody on Tuesday, so we might play that day. Just maybe. You're doing great.
Thank you.
Hey, Cram, welcome in. Hey, Ben, what's up?
Being a little stingy right now with the evidence. A little stingy.
Give it a word or two. I bet it will show it. When's the Christmas event coming to Faz? Tuesday.
Hey, butt flaps, show yourself, or I will have FlashForce do something terrible to you.
Like what?
Hey, Ghost, show up, or FlashForce is going to tickle your piggies. Oh, Ghost Ray.
Yeah, it's not down for that, and I'm not either. Thank God.
I think the Ghost wants to come in here and tickle its piggies.
No. I don't think it wants a piggy tickle. I think it said no and wrote in the book.
Little piggy ticky.
No piggy tickies. No ticky of the piggies. No.
You know you want to come in here and do some of the piggy
I
tickies.
hope
Come
that
on
thing
in.
events on you so hard right now.
It's not going to because I am fearless. Do you hear me? Fearless.
Look down a little bit more. There you go.
Do you hear me? Fearless.
How
The
fearless
odds
are you
against
on a
Ghost.
scale of like 1 to 74?
I'm gonna go ahead with a solid 74. Reason being, I'm not afraid. Not even a little bit.
Not a little bit? Let that ghost know you're not afraid.
Hey, whatever your name is, Jerry, or I forgot, but guess what? It doesn't even matter. You don't even exist on the mortal plane. You couldn't survive
That's harsh, dude.
long
Good
enough.
grief.
Oh, well, all right.
You
I'll
don't
change-
exist
I'll
on a
change
mortal
my pro-
plane is really harsh.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm sorry for the whole mortal plane thing, but at the same time, you smell like an open can of spam, nerd.
Yeah, it's not having any of this. I'll be right there.
Yeah, it doesn't care.
Does he have a lighter? Wait. He doesn't have a lighter. Okay, well that's useless for him. But I can still double smudge. We'll be fine. It's a Mayor Revier Thay. I gotta hurry in. Okay. We'll save Josie in a minute. How's it going in here, Tiger?
Oh, it's going awesome.
Why isn't the ghost showing up at all? Uh-oh. Did it move to dining? But the orbs are still over there. Are they not? I'm a little hesitant. This ghost isn't doing squat. Let's go save Josie. This ghost might slowly be moving into dining.
Slowly? Moving into dining?
Well, I say that because I hear it throwing things in here.
Okay.
I'm gonna move this in there just for safety, you know?
Ghost, are you moving slowly into dining? I think we gotta make this thing hunt us at some point.
I think you're right. Hey, the orbs are in here. It's moved into dining.
It did move into dining. You are a genius, sir.
You just have to pay attention to what's happening around you.
That's a skill I have yet to truly embrace. The whole paying attention to anything thing.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, there's so many distractions.
I know. Well, okay, this doesn't help. The pirate song.
Shiver me timbers! Avast! Get your scurvy keister off me poop dick!
Go on.
Sorry, that was a lot.
Currently very busy. Take a seat.
We don't
in the
even know
parlor.
what our cursed object is, do we?
You don't think so.
All right, I will run upstairs and I will get the cursed object
All right.
because I am certain it's the mirror.
All right, I'm gonna wait here. Yeah, this is a nightmare run. So we have 2 pieces of evidence. Just waiting for Ghosty to do the ting. That's not what I meant. Will the fart circle the piano? No, I guess not. All right.
Yeah, it's not.
It fatted on me. Little welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Oh, the steak. Oh, you're right. The toilet steak. I kind of want to. What?
Found the cursed object. I found.
What do we got?
I'll give you 5 guesses, but you gotta count them on your fingers.
Toilet steak? Rogue, thank you for the gifted to Chloe. Thank you for the gifted sub, friendo. Is that a no to the toilet steak?
That'll be a no. That'll be a no.
What about a monkey foot? Music box?
No, I did the sunrise thing. It's sunrise outside.
Oh, I thought you did some like magic Harry Potter stuff.
I turned the sun on. That's pretty magical Harry Potter stuff.
Yeah, you did it with the Leviosa. Stop it, Ron. Stop. By the way,
Now wait a minute. Why
it's gonna
do
hunt
I
us.
have 2 wishes gone and I only did 1 wish?
What do you mean? On Nightmare, don't we only get 3?
Oh, do we? I see another thing I didn't know.
So the amount of wishes
Look at
you
that.
get is based on the difficulty that you're playing.
Holy crap sandwich.
Sir,
You
yes,
hear that,
sir.
everybody?
Yeah. Devil, thank you for the 2-month Prime. Your shirt arrived today. Nice. Yeah. Mine also did. Just waiting for a hunt. It tried once already, so I brought the crucifix in here.
Okay.
So when it hunts, we will.
What's our strategy? What strats are we using?
Survive.
Oh, that's a good one. It's one of my favorites.
I'm gonna hide right behind this.
Oh, you did that. I'm like the ghosts opening the cupboard.
It's here.
All right, you can't actually hide back here.
No, I would
right?
assume.
Like,
I would assume no. I would assume no. Please don't try that.
Okay.
We're gonna die.
All right. Well, I got a better hiding spot than that.
No, don't, Doc. Careful, please. No. What are you doing over there?
I'm hiding behind a boot.
Yeah, this Revenant's about to come say hi.
No, yes, okay. What you gonna do, fool? I'm fast.
I don't trust. I don't trust at all. Hey, Soph, welcome in. That was hot.
What do you mean?
No, she hit me with the red light special. I wasn't ready.
Oh.
Yeah.
You don't have to put on the red light. Those days are over. Grandma. You don't have to make doilies tonight. Give me mints for money. You don't care if it's wrong or if it's right.
Get out of here right now. Get out.
All right. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, Revenant.
Well, 100% Revy. Red light after you hunt. So
Roger
rude
that.
it is.
Got it marked in the book.
All right. Are we good with that? We good with that?
I might
sir?
need. Yeah, I'm good with that. I might
Okay.
need to. If you're still going, I might
Yes.
need to do one more because we just had some folks show up, and I don't
Okay.
want to be
I am.
a piece of crap.
Yeah, that's okay. I'd rather you not be a piece of crap. Let's go do another one.
Let's go. I'm not a piece of crap. You heard
for
it.
Doc. Let's go. Oh,
Make the sound
Soph.
right. Make it now.
Soph, thank you for the sub. You just came in. Thank you, friend. Rev go vroom vroom. It does go vroom vroom, or so we've been told. Nice. Do you want to stick with Nightmare?
Why? What are you thinking? You got a little plan? You got a little plansies?
No.
You got a little-
No.
Oh.
No.
No? No plans. No. No.
No, just just asking. What if we?
I'm fine with whatever. I am a mere passenger on this.
Oh, don't make me drive.
Okay.
What are you thinking?
Do we let fate decide?
We could.
Strap.
I mean, I was
We
gonna do Ridge, so that way you didn't get a risk
Oh,
of getting
no, let's
some
do
really
Ridge.
large map.
Let's do Ridge. Ridge it
I'd
is.
rather not start a hype train like that. God damn it, Drifter. Okay. To Ridge.
Okay. I am ready. Are you ready?
Oh, stop reading.
Okay, here we Oh, hey. Oh, all right.
Go on. No, Croster, absolutely not. No.
Thank you. Really useful information, as always. Fool. K701! Corner Dyton! Prepare the ghost running with the crucifix to take the dose through the motion sensor.
Hi, Finn.
Capture unique button on the sides of the sound recorder.
Why you say its name like that?
What, you mean Korodaichen?
Yeah, Daichen.
It's French.
Drifter. It's
It means
oh, it must be Italian.
yeah, it means she of mustard pancakes. All right. Yoink. Yoink.
I just pictured Cheeves in any language. Like okay, you know how he's doing a lot of his like outdoorsy videos and stuff and travel videos? I really badly want to see him go to other countries and him just use that same like this is Italian accent on everything. Do you know what I mean?
Really? Yeah, that would be that's a thing.
Ah,
That's
in a
a thing.
croissant, huh? Drifter, thank you for the subs, dude. Oh my god. Finn, how's it going, friend? What am I doing? I'm losing it. We're losing it. Okay, we're good. We are good. It's gonna itch when it dries. Excuse me?
We got a very floppity Franklin in here.
Do we also have the voodoo doll? Ayo! I would personally fund Chiba international travel videos. Oh, they'd be so good. They would be so good. What the hell? Oh, Pothic!
Got the power!
Oh my god, thank you. Oh my god. Thank you for the subs, friend. I'll get your name on an ornament when I'm done. Drifter, I think you're already there. Uh-oh, Stinky.
Where do you sense the stink?
Well, the stink used to exist in this upstairs bathroom on the right. Might be a little bit less
Said it was up
stinky.
here on the right.
I heard last up here on the right-hand side. Oh, crap, it's in the hallway. All butter biscuits. Oh, I always try to do it the same day. Shells, thank you for the 5 months. All right, I'm gonna go get more stuff. I'm scared.
Roger that. I'm gonna go get more stuff as well.
Okay. There we go. Thank you, gamer fan. Really? Oh, thank you for the 2 months. My daughter has been playing. We have a piano upstairs that we had a friend that was like, they were just getting rid of it. It was like a garage piano basically, and they were getting rid of it. And we were like, "Ooh, I'll absolutely take it. I would love to have a piano." So it's been upstairs for like probably over a year now, and I got it tuned and all that jazz. So they're trying to learn how to like play little stuff here and there. And my daughter was learning Christmas songs, or trying to, and she started trying to learn the Hark How the Bells, and she has been playing it nonstop for like a solid 2 days straight. It's like a fever dream, like a nightmare. No matter what, when you go upstairs, you just hear da 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 da. I'm like, oh my god, dude! I feel like it feels like an evil villain scene. I don't know what's going on.
Okay. All right, child, listen to me. I'm really glad you're in the holiday spirit, and I'm really glad.
But
I'm
please,
really glad.
I want to sleep tonight.
Yeah, you need to stop. You really, seriously.
Please, for my sanity. Star Child, thank you so much for the biddies.
kid,
Rogue!
Cut that out!
I'm going to clip that, and I'm going to be like, hey, Izzy, Doc wants you to hear something.
Oh, come on now. Your whole family already thinks I'm weird.
No, they don't. Just my wife.
Oh, all right. That's fair then.
Yeah, the kids don't think they're weird.
Just my wife. Ding.
Carol, listen, I love all those tunes.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's
what are we
terrible.
doing? Oh, he was in the hallway.
Oh, yeah.
I totally forgot to. I did the exact same thing. We both were like, yeah, to the potty. Let me.
Where are you?
I put a cruci
Are
down.
you here?
Hold on.
Okay, roger that. Where are you?
That's gonna be the next song she learns. Thank you, Apocrypha.
Spirit box confirmed.
Roger and Dodger. I'm gonna try to get some media. We're gonna try. Why is he just standing there? What's wrong with being weird? Absolutely nothing. I would way rather have weirdos in my life than normies. Normies scare me. Where are you? Are you here? Shit. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Billy, thank you for the 3 months. Where are you? God dang it. Where are you? Normal is boring. Agreed upon. Where are you?
Right here.
Oh, not you. Gosh dang.
Oh, sorry. One there, one here, and one here.
Okay.
Just wanted to make sure I had, a decent amount of hallway coverage.
Oh, crap. It pooped in the sink. You know what? I'm going
Why
for
are we
it.
crapping?
Well, no, the ghost is crapping.
Oh. Gross.
Callie, thank you for the biddies.
Jesus. Sorry, I just got shot.
I was going to ask that. The aftermath of it when you can't hear the shot is just, it's jarring.
Yeah. It's a lot.
Katie, thank you for the 4-month prime. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. Uh-oh, Stinky. Is it in here now? Where are you?
Taken away.
Son of a butterball. It's
So
over
is this in
there.
the bathroom now?
It's over there.
So all of my salt is for naught?
Well, no. We can take advantage of it whenever it decides to leave the room.
Okay.
It's fine.
I'm gonna go get more salt so I can put it in more.
Did I just double picture that? No. Stop pooping in the sink. Where are you?
Taken away.
Where are you?
A close encounter.
There we go. Why? Taking a wee. I don't think it's taking a wee. Why? Okay. Now eat the crucifix and don't kill me. 1, 2. I love getting
walk
clips
in
of my
this.
friends.
And
It's
then
so
walk
enjoyable.
in this, and then walk right in this.
It
You
said,
could do that if you want.
It said no.
You know what?
EMF and dots. Uh-oh. Stinky.
Oh, we got dots?
No. I'm looking at a possible Wraith because of all this jazz.
Yeah. I mean, because this hallway is ridiculously salty right now. I'm gonna go get a Motion sensor. I'll be
Okay.
right back.
Did you hear writing? Wait, what? Wait, where's the book? Wait, no, I'm gonna go get a smudge. I'm fearful. I'm not gonna make it. Oh, stuck. We're good. We're fine. All is well. It's fine. Just breathe. Just breathe, man. Okay. How the game's been? Baby Wraith, they are good. Speaking of your name, we think we might actually have a Wraith. Motion sensor. Yeah. I've got a smooge. They're multiplying.
And I'm losing control. All these ghosts are multiplying.
It's electrifying.
They're electrifying.
The Motion sensor. That is correct. You better shape up. Oh, same brain.
Oh, man.
Same brain. Doot.
Oh, well, it's not a wraith.
Oh, crap. Did it
Whoa, did
Oh,
you
it
take offense
did.
in that? Do you want to be a wraith? Is that what you're saying?
Wait a minute.
Jeez.
Can't be a Goryo. What do we... Oh, God. Oh, it's a dot child. Ew. Wait a minute.
Not a fan.
Where are you? It left that room. Wait, did it? Do we have we still have another bite? Yes, we do. Okay. Where are you? Please come back. Baby Raid, thank you for the raid.
It looks like
Where are you?
Got all this under control.
Close.
Are you here? Where are you?
Far
Are
from
you
the
here?
ground, far from
Where
the-
are you? Did it just event? No, no, no. Come back here. You come back here, dot child. Where are you? Are you here?
A close
Where are you?
A close
Are you here?
from behind.
Where are you? Are you here?
Hold it here.
Are you near?
Close to
Are you here?
from behind.
Are you near?
Close to
Yikes. Are you here?
act of hate.
Ooh, active hate. Where are you? Are you here?
Hold it
Are you
here.
near? Where are you?
A close knit.
Are you here?
A close
Are you near?
from behind.
I hate you. Do this. If it's a Dio, it's a butthole. If it's a Dio, it's a butthole Dio. But I don't know. I'm not sold. Ba, ba, ba. Not. Phantom yokai? No, this is Nightmare, Walton. You gonna come downstairs today, Hotshot?
Flash is hunting you! It's hunting you!
Dang it. No yokai, Shirley? Yeah, but we're banking on the fact that it's not
It's not
actually
hunting you
doing its
anymore.
ability.
You're safe.
No, it is not.
You're safe. All right. I'm here for you. I'm here.
Thank you. I do appreciate the warning.
Sure.
So,
yeah.
Walked in Salt, it's definitely not
Yes.
a Dio, so it's a yokai or a phantom. I didn't get a good look at it, so just wait for it on, I guess.
Okay. A phantom, you say?
Could
So
be.
you want me to go? I can try and take its picture if you want.
Well, I mean, we just watch it.
Well, that's
We don't have to
true.
take a picture of it to know it's a phantom. You can look at it. Hey, it's hunting.
That door's closed.
Phantom. Nice. The old
a
Phantom
little-
Tom.
The old little phantomkins.
Little Phantom kids. Makes me sick.
Yeah, would you look at that? Got ourselves a phantom.
We got ourselves a Phantom kid. Disembodied shadow of the headgear never fails to
Nice.
entertain. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, do we want to try? Oh, we got all the optional objectives.
did.
Do we want to try to do anything else with this thing, or
We don't have to if you don't want to, because we got objectives in Ghosty, which is usually my main.
Okay. Well, my ad break just started, so
Okay.
I need to find a way to burn about 2 minutes and 40 seconds.
What if you take a smudge, go back in and circle the ghost, loop it, smudge it, and then hide?
Got it.
Okay. I believe in you like so much. Yeah, it's Phantom.
I think you should.
It was very not visible. Can I ask how you knew it was a Phantom by that hunt? So we were down to 2 ghosts. I would have known that was a Phantom. Let's pretend that we know it's not a mimic. I would have known that that's a Phantom out of every single ghost, because the Phantom has a different blinking pattern than every other ghost. It's way more invisible during a hunt, meaning...
Hey, man, you're not coming in here? You're not coming in
Oh,
here?
I guess I could. Yeah, sure.
I mean, you don't have to. You don't have to. It's
Okay,
fine.
all right. Damn, dude. You don't have to yell at me. Jeez. Hey, wait a minute.
Oh, sorry.
Hey. So what I'm gonna do? I want to get.
Oh, hey, here we go.
I want to get a video of it, make it disappear.
I'm gonna loop it.
I want.
Cause when something's going on, I must loop it. And the ghost is coming around.
It's coming. It's coming.
Ah! Oh, mother!
I'm gonna die. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I was gonna get a video of it because when you get a photo or a video of a phantom, it disappears. So I was gonna get a video so that it was completely invisible and you wouldn't be able to see it anymore. But Doc died. Oh man. Lying down on the job, huh? Oh, and it turned off the breaker. Classic. Don't mind if I do. Akachow. Wanted to kill 2 minutes, not get killed. Oh, okay, touche. That's a good point. Very fair. I hope that killed enough time, Doc. Because it definitely killed you. Oh, there's a thumbnail. Just this photo right here. Streets class Doc is listen, it was
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
well done. Well done. Good job. GG's. Kill some time. Get it?
It's okay though. You know what, Flash? Once again, I've just had the time of my life. Thank you.
Me always,
This
sir.
was super
Me
fun.
Always.
'Cause I had the time of my life, and I owe it all to you. 'Cause I had the time of my life.
I'm sure that the person who sang that really appreciates that imitation.
Well, yeah, I have a tougher time with the higher parts.
I don't know why you
did.
did. It sounded like Marge decided to come in and just sing the song.
It was the best I could do. But Flash, since I appreciate you so much, my
Thank
friend.
you, sir. I appreciate
Thank you for being absolutely amazing.
Thank you for the
loads of
games.
fun.
Always tons of fun. Thank
Yes.
you.
And I cannot wait until the next time we play again. And until then, remember everybody, whenever you leave the washing machine,
Got that? Queen, thank you for the follow. Rogue, have a good one, dude. Thanks for such an awesome stream. Oh, I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Wise words from Doc, always. Are any words that come out of his mouth not wise? Doc is a walking, talking inspiration, and you all should take notes. Take the notes. All right. Let's do the thing. We got to do the thing. Let's do the thing. It's. There it is. There we go. Let's do the thing. The thing. It's the ting. It's the ting. We are on the 14th. We are here. Him with mustard pancakes. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, that's a good point. That's solid. What do we got? Gifted subs. Ooh. Give me a second and I'll do the thing. The all-knowing Doc teaches us at all times. All right. Hold please, hold please, hold please. Oh, would you load already? why that takes forever sometimes. We're getting there. We're getting there. Just give me a second. Just enjoy the chill vibes. There it is. All right, cool. The advent calendar idea? Yeah. I added something new to it. I added salmon candy canes to it as a punishment. Yeah. All right, we have to listen to that. We'll let that roll through. Gotta love technology. I don't know why it takes so long to load sometimes. I don't know why. You're very welcome. If you got gifted by me, you are very welcome. Enjoy. Enjoy. Where do we want to go? Graffeton? Les Graffeton? I haven't been there today. Up the chances of us getting a blood moon. Just saying. What if you never get the salmon candy canes? I could always add it as a punishment for something. Yeah. Grafton sounds cool. Yeah, let's do Grafton. Let's do it. Let us do it. My next stream is tomorrow for anybody that's curious. We do the weekly on Mondays always, and then I post on Tuesdays. On Tuesday is the update. It is the update for this, for the holiday stuffs. So this is the trophy that you're going to be able to earn when we come around to that. There's going to be upgradable versions of this when we get there. But yeah, it should be cool, man. They're adding all kinds of Christmas trees and all kinds of stuff. I can't wait. Bad Wheel 2026. I got to figure out what I want to do if I want to change it up for next year. I don't know. Which farmhouse is better? Oh, that is your choice. Your choice. Oh, we have ads coming soon. We might actually wait. Axis, thank you for the 16, dude. Yeah, I'm excited for the Christmas event too. I tell you what, let's go ahead and do ads now before we run into Grafton. Yeah. Want to start rotating the old events. I can only hope that one day they decide to actually do that. I think the old events were awesome. And if it's something as simple, hopefully, as turning it on, but I think the older events, I mean, you just wouldn't have it on some of the new maps. I think that would be the issue. Yeah. All right. I'm doing 3 minutes of ads, friends. 3 minutes. If you're not subbed, you don't have turbo. Don't worry. I'm going to wait. I think that would be the one difficult thing would be that I got to fix that time left thing. I don't know what the hell, why that broke. I think the issue that we would run into would be all the events that were a part of like the old maps. When they got rid of the old maps, they obviously didn't do anything on the new maps. Heard the old event was pretty funny too. It just depends on which old event it was. They were all really great. Between this one where like the ghost had a pumpkin head, this one where we actually had like to go find objects for the cauldron. This one down here was cool just because I don't even remember what the hell we did. I just remember the trophy being awesome. This one you shot snowballs, which was great. Yeah, a lot of the old events were cool. This one you ate eggs, which really sucked. The sound of that was awful. This one you had to chase a bunny. Yeah. Missed the shooting snowmen. Yeah, that's a pretty popular one. A lot of people really enjoyed that. Made it home. Thanks to Doc for keeping me entertained. Juju, I appreciate you. Thank you, friend. Thank you. What is currently playing over on the 24/7 channel? Can I recognize it just by looking at the screen? Or a diner. Was this the 24? Was this the all difficulty? I have about 40 hours of games on a loop inside of this playlist that's playing right now. I think it might be the all difficulty. I'm not sure. I'm not going to listen to it. We have 1 minute left until ads, friends. I mean, 1 minute left till they're gone. 1 minute. I looked focused AF. I think it might be. I'll tell you what it did do, though. it did a wonderful job of stopping and starting. So whenever a stream gets to 48 hours, the stream, you can't stream past 48 hours. After 48 hours, you have to stop the stream and start it up again. And it went swimmingly. So it's already been live for another 20 hours. Yeah. From boredom? Oh, super. I appreciate you, friend. I appreciate you. But yeah. It's still trucking, man. It is still trucking, which is awesome. All right. Ads are done. We are back. Lovely. Finished your first semester. Ooh, GG's. Oh, Van, I appreciate it. Thank you. Well, thank you, Fran. All right, let's go to Grafton and hopefully get a blood moon. Please. Please. It's the only rain I want. And it's not raining at all. Son of a bitch. Mr. Rafa, 76 months. Holy frickin' criminy. Do we get ghost guessing today? No. No, you'll know when you have ghost guessing because it'll say it in the title. It'll have commands available. You'll see people guessing. Yeah, if you don't see any of that, it's not on. No, but I'll tell you what I do have, though, that we need to test very soon. I'm going to have my own custom viewer game bot. The way that you're going to be able to join the games is going to be different from now on. My hope was trying to get away from having to make people go into Discord to get the code. Because a lot of people don't use Discord. They don't bother with it. And I don't want to make people that have to go in there if they don't have to. It was just the easiest, safest way for us to do it. However, hopefully with the new one, you guys are going to be able to join the queue via channel points. And then to get the code, there's a website you go to and it will actually tell you whether it's your turn or not. And then what the code is for the game. Would Whispers work? We're not going to use Whispers at all. Nope, it's not reliable. It's not reliable. It breaks sometimes. If somebody doesn't have Whispers on, then it's not going to work. But you can very easily just go to the website and it'll tell you who's in the queue, who's up right now, is it your turn or not? Because you'll log in with your Twitch. So, 'tis the plan, friends. 'Tis the plan. I have to do some testing, so we might have a test run here soon. We'll have like a viewer day test run. Yeah, it's going to be so much nicer. Love technology. I love when there are people that know way more about it than I do because they can make cool stuff like that when I can't. All right, Ghosty. 2 to power. Damn. It's upstairs. I hear nothing. I don't hear squat. Music box. What are the temps in here? Normal. Okay. Not tech savvy. I am also not that tech savvy. I can figure things out, but I can't do anything with code. I can't do any of that stuff. That is definitely outside of my wheelhouse. Boner Jam. Work in tech, but I don't know how any of it works. Used to work in marketing, technology, sourcing, things people make is just absolutely amazing. Oh, absolutely. I love getting the opportunity to find and work with people that do that kind of stuff. Again, because I don't know what the hell is going on. I'm not going to pretend to know what's going on. Hiding. Hey, Jesse, how are you? What in the hell? Don't be in the attic. Oh, I didn't check the attic. Mannequin room? Nope, it's even warmer. Oh, son of a... It has to be attic. That sucks. Well, doesn't that just suck? Yikes. We're coming. We're coming. Yeah, there it is. You son of a bitch. Son of a biscuit. Hey. Emergency hiding. The house makes you claustrophobic? Oh, because of all the crap? There's a ton of stuff in here. Not a fan of that spot. That's all right. Just for the vibes? I don't want the vibes. I still don't think that they have fixed the room boundary problem where you can have a ghost in the attic, but they will also go to the room below and go back up and top, and it just keeps going back and forth. I don't think that's fixed yet. So unfortunately, you know what? No. Take one of those. I'm going full equipment. Son of a nutcracker. How do you get channel points? By watching the stream. Yep. When you follow, you get points. Like once you follow, you start earning points. By watching, you earn points. If you're subscribed, you earn like twice as many. But channel point wise, like there's not much to do with them. So I wouldn't worry about it. No bugs, only features. Yeah, the only thing that's going to be useful coming, so like you can get VIP, Stream King, all that stuff. But the one useful thing that you're going to be able to use it for soon is when I do viewer games, because that's what you're going to use to join. So there's going to be a limit. All right, no orbicals. Put that there. But put this over here. Yeah, let's do that. That'll work. How much would it cost? I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about how much I want it to be, because the whole point of using channel points is that you can't join unless you've been here for a little bit. Not a long time, just a little bit at least. Watch the dog stream just now. Thought I'd stop by while I pack up the dorm. Well, hello, friend. Give me that guy. Give me that guy. Give me that guy. Let's check the camera and make sure it's not going to write in the book or something. Oh, look, dots. So I'll have to think about it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how much I'm going to make it. I don't know. I guess it depends on how many points you get for watching for X amount of time. I would use that judgment to choose what the channel points would be. Goryo? Oh, because of the quick dots? Maybe. Definitely could be. EMF ultraviolet dot. All right, let's try. No, let's break. Okay, that was freaking out. I'm not going to use this. We're going to use this instead. Can you see it? Yes. Look in the bottom left, Ace. Watch, I'm going to see dots in person. How much you want to bet? All right, you haven't messed with the book. It's cold, but it's not freezing. Are you done walking around? Wait, you can't be... Oh, you could be a wraith. EMF spirit box dots. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Where are you? Are you here? Hey, Moon. Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Where are you? Well, isn't that just sus? And there's literally no way to watch. There's no way to watch for Goryo dots because it's a room. Maybe the next time I play VR, I don't know. If I knew, you would know. If that makes sense. If I knew the next time I was playing, you would know the next time I'm playing. Hey, Sarah, how are you? All right. Well, I mean, We can, the only way we can eliminate a Banshee is if it changes its room. Phantom, I could take a photo of it and that would eliminate it then. Well, watching from the van, the only thing that that's going to tell me is we have dots. But unfortunately, that's not very helpful with a Goryo. We honestly were having thoughts that it might be a Goryo because of how fast the dots showed up and left. Very interesting. Mike, thank you for the sub. Thank you, thank you. Did Doc leave? He did. Yeah, he had to go. He had to go. Wouldn't the Banshee be able to roam to you from the... Oh, you suck. Wouldn't the Banshee be able to roam to you from the attic? Ooh, that is a very fair point. Touche. Let's bring that, this, and this. Ah! This. We'll come back out. Totally didn't think about the fact that the Banshee can leave the attic. That's a good point. How long have I been playing Phas? For probably over 4 years. Off and on. Horror variety. Mainly play Phasmo. What if it gave me a Banshee scream? I swear to God. Do that there. Actually, you know what might be better? Oh, there's a lot of lights. Why is there? You have 2 main room lights. But then you've got this light here, which I think is part of it. And then that light too. Do all those need to be on to prevent sanity drain? Like, I really don't want to do that. At least this will prevent it a little bit. I could always just... I have a smudge. We'll be fine. Started playing 2 months ago. Nice. We're kind of convinced at this moment. Banshee scream, go. Nah, I'm not that lucky. But we also don't think it's a Banshee. We think it's a Goryo. Rats. Actual rats. Not getting a single sound from upstairs from here. Always have problems grabbed in front of the ghost room. Forget the house is damaged. And colder in some rooms? Yeah. Why didn't you make him? Why didn't you make glasses? Where's my hat?
You want to have a hat?
I love that hat. Ooh, thank you. Well, thank you, sir. He made me a Lego. Only need the 2 ceiling lights to be on. Ooh, nice. Thank you. Made me a Lego. And Izzy just came down because she wanted beans. How sweet. So sweet. Walking in more salt. How old are they? My little girl Izzy is 7, Alex is 10, and Landon, who you just saw, is 13. Pretty convinced here, ladies and germs. Watch me go up here and see dots in person. I don't think it's a Goryo anymore. Okay. Did I have a photo camera by chance? Okay, but if it's okay, but okay, so hear me out. Hear me out. You're telling me this is a stalking ghost and it hasn't come down yet? A phantom can follow me literally anywhere across the map. It doesn't matter. Anywhere. I'm grabbing another smudge. I didn't bring a camera in yet. Dang it. I'm gonna bring another crucifix in. My guess is lazy stalker. Yes. Little legs can't walk that far. It can, it just takes time, that's all. Man. What a turd. I kind of want to wait right here. Although, getting a picture of the dots would be useful. EMF at my feet would be a good idea. I have an EMF up there, right? It's a very solid point. Yeah, let's do that. Let's give that a try. Phantom's a stalker, but a Banshee is also a stalker. They both are. So, if the ghost comes downstairs and then leaves an EMF at us, there we go. Although, a little bit further would be more revealing. What does that smell? What is she cooking? It's 4:20. What is she making right now? I smell food. I don't know what I smell. It smells good. And I'm all the way in the basement. Like I don't know what I possibly smell right now. It smells Italian. It smells spicy or creamy. No, it smells like when I say Italian, it smells like a sauce. It smells like a sauce. Garfield food? Oh, no, I don't think she is. Although, man, I love some lasagna. Going sketty? I think it might be. I love sketty. All right. Ghost, we really need you to do your job. Hi. I need you to do your job. Sketty cake? Sketty cake? So, anybody curious what the hell's going on? We have dots in ultraviolet, meaning it's either a phantom or a banshee because we saw it in person, the dots in person. This is a stalking ghost that can stalk me from here. Why not just try for a ghost photo? Yeah, but how am I going to go to the ghost photo for a ghost that's not showing up? Also, we wanted to try and show the EMF thing that it does, if it decides to. I could just go sit in the ghost room, but that's not going to show that it's stalking me. So, when you're between a banshee and a phantom. Okay, I can leave that there. We don't need that anymore. Yippee! Just need to ask nicely, I guess. Do I have the other crucifix up here? Or do I have a crucifix up here at all? I don't think I do. All right, Ghosty, do you want to show the other way too? The other one's on the floor of the truck. I saw that it was missing. I didn't know if I brought it in or not. I couldn't remember. So Phantom leaves an EMF when it's stalking close by. Well, a Phantom will leave an EMF at the point where it's stalked too. So if it's stalking the player, I'm here. The fuck, that scared me a little bit. If it, if the phantom stalks you, when it gets to the point where it's stalked to, it will leave an EMF reading. Holy crikey. Do you have a channel that is a 24/7? Yes. Yeah, there's a pinned message. I would definitely, if a channel has pinned messages, I definitely would make sure to read what they say. No more dots? We're done with that? That's it? Stubborn ghost. Dots. Dots are just stubborn. I wish... There you have it. The double check. The jump scare? Dude, that scared the crap out of me. Hey, you want to do it again? I can't believe this isn't a Goryo. I can't believe it. Oh, stop trying to kill me, you jerk. Oh, rude. It fell. Did you see that? Okay, dude. What is with these yeets? Dot video, please? You know what? No. You know what? I'm not playing your games. No. We're going to go get it from the truck. We're going to go get it from the truck. No. Wants to play catch. Okay, well, there's a difference between playing catch and trying to murder. It's not rookie of the year. Oh, you son of a bitch. That would have been it. I could have gotten it there. We're doing it live. I will get a dot video of you. Do you understand me? You will be mine. Dot video in 3, 2, 1. Damn it. Love the vids. Thank you, dude. I appreciate it. There's only so much we can listen to with that damn thing outside. Pissed you off after making you think it was a Goryo. We had a Goryo, like multiple times even, where the dots would show up for like a frame and then disappear over and over and over. And I thought, ooh, this might be something with a Goryo. No, it's just something that happens to some of these ghosts. There's no reason to it. There's no explanation. I don't know why. I got nothing. Hey, King, what's up? Crap for the lack of dots. I just wish that dots would last longer than they do. Are you referring to the video with the with Break and Sunny? Yes. Yes, that one. Yes. We just want to get dots, man. We just want to. Just assume it is. Like freezing or hidden orbs. You just want to see it work properly, man. Okay? That's all I want. That's all I want for Christmas. Is goo. We might just have to give up. Kind of rushed. Well, the dots used to be really, really fast when they first came out. Because it was not actually the ghost walking. It was like supposed to be some past event of the ghost. That sucked. Yes! Got it! Anyway, it should evidence of the physical form. Now, okay, so hear me out. Hold on. So hear me out. No, that would make sense. Nope, that would make sense. So the reason that it is inside of the video is because as soon as we captured the video, then it disappeared. So that makes sense. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Oh, yeah. Oh, now you just want to show off, huh? Go for the long walk. Mother. You know, I used to love dots. I really don't like dots anymore. Not anymore. No. Kobe, thank you for the follow. Dad, welcome in. Hello.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
Oh, Phantoms, you are great to have sometimes. Maybe not every time. I don't know when drops are happening. Do they post dates? They always post on their socials. Yep. If you follow them on X, if you follow them on Insta, if you are in their Discord, if you are literally anywhere, they always post when they're happening. Always. My daughter loves the t-shirt with the stuffed Point Hope toys. Oh, her favorite's the shark. Oh, I love that shirt too. It's one of my faves. The plushies attack shirt. Yeah. All right, let's end it at the other places so we can find somewhere to go. Friends, thank you so much for today, man. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for always chilling with me. Thank you for always chilling. All right. Get rid of that guy and start going over here. No, thank you guys. Thank you. If you guys are not in the Discord server, the Discord link is in chat. So are the rest of the socials. All are there. I've been posting some early previews of the videos on the Patreon, some behind the scenes. I'm starting to get more active as we go. I want to make it a habit of something I just do all the time. So 'tis the plan. I've been updating the end of the video title with names as they've been coming in. So I've been trying my best to make sure that I update that every time I can. No, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Thank you. You guys have a good one. No, you have a good one. All right, let me go searching. What is Patreon? Patreon is a website, a different, I'd say social, if you will, way to support a creator. But what creators do is they make benefits that go out to people depending on what their tier is inside of Patreon. So like most people will make like 3 tiers, and then within those tiers, if you decide you want to be a part of it, they come with benefits. So like I'm posting behind the scenes. I am putting people's names at the end of all my videos. You get to see the video early, all that stuff. So they're all listed on there. Do we have a solid day for partnerversary? Yes. The 28th. Did I say the 28th? It's the Sunday. Yeah, the 28th, Mr. Song. So Purple Red had a baby. I mean, kind of in a manner of speaking. There's benefits to that for sure. One huge benefit for that site is that it only takes 10% from the creator. That's it. It's one of the best cuts you're going to see that anybody can have. But it's cool. They have a lot of ways to interact, direct message, group message, all kinds of fun stuff. Yeah, I've been learning more and more as we go. Okay. Doing some family stuff the 27th. I was so worried I'd have to miss to be able to play Rocket League. We'll have it. Listen, it'll be there. I need to make a schedule for that day. I need to set goals for that day. I need to do all that stuff for that day. Check it out. Yeah, absolutely. You can join for free too. I'm going to be posting from time to time free stuff like early previews for people to see that is available to everybody. If you're a part of the Patreon, you'll get to see it. So like every now and then I'll do an early access where everybody can see it, you know? Yeah. All right, let us If you guys, so we're going to go find someone to raid. If you guys, after the raid, want to find a way to watch the content, there's plenty of different places between watching videos back on YouTube. If you guys want to keep a live channel in the background, we have been live streaming that channel now the past couple days nonstop. So it is there, it exists, it is available. I also added 2 special emotes that are only available over there too. Yeah. All right, let us hold on. All right, so last time we said hi to Mr. Kill. Hey, Science, welcome in. How are you? Boo, 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 boo. Had a 24-hour flight. 24 hours. Holy crapola. Oh, I know where we're going. Oh, I know where we're going. I've known from the start. Oh, I know, Mayor. Oh, I know. Oh, I know. I don't remember what message I sent him. Hey, Dom, how are you? Thank you for the reminder, though. All right, guys. Let us go say hi to a friendo. He is having a celebration stream today. Oh, you read it? Okay, good. He's having a celebration stream today, and it's a 12-hour freaking stream. He has only been streaming for 2.5 hours. So he has a long way to go. 12-hour streams can be tough, but can be rewarding because they're a lot of fun. They're a blast. So he's going to be live all day, man. All flipping day. If you guys are followers, the first message is for you. Subs, that one's for you. Creepy tier 3s, you get your own special message, of course. But, of course, thank you guys for the day. I appreciate you. Thank you for all the fun always. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. I will see you guys tomorrow. We start off with the weekly. After we do the weekly, I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing. I'll have to decide whether I switch up games or if we stick with Phaz. I'm not sure yet, but we'll figure it out. And then Wednesday, we do different games. You know, one game I've been thinking about, which is way off from what I normally play, is that Light Up the Town game. It's the super chill Christmas one where you actually like put up the Christmas lights in the town. Been thinking about it. And Finn, I just loaded the game just to make sure that it loaded well, like, and it looks good. It looks good. Yeah, it looks really good. I've watched a few people play a little bit of it too. Phoenix liked it. Yeah, they were playing. Yep. The demo's so cute. It's so good. I'm excited for Rewind 99 whenever that comes out. I think it's coming out next year. I'm excited for it. I can't wait. That's the video store one that looks like it's like Doug. Yeah, so good. All right. Love you guys. Thank you all so much for the amazing stream. We are almost 3/4 of the way to the monthly goal where we will add a viewer day. And then after that, we will have an extended. But you guys are awesome. Thank you all so much for the love today. I love you guys. Go say hi to Glay and say happy birthday, Mr. Glay. Bye.